there too. So sorry about that
all
for
right,
being late on that.
Something's coming down.
Oh, that might be number one. So
there
who's going to read about number one? The lead boat is coming under the bridge.
You got it, Greg? Get your arm out there long enough. That's the all-water excursion.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
Go ahead, dear. Read it.
It's all-water excursion, family-owned and operated by Jay and Trudy Stemman and operated since 1993. It's a Nautilus boat tours, Vanderbilt Beach Marina, for 28 years. Oh, my. Who wrote this? You?
I just copied it and pasted it.
I don't think you did.
Now it's coming through. Everybody will be able to see it now. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that for letting me know I didn't launch it there. So if that's it must be the lead boat. Yes, it's very bright.
Looks like
yes,
the lead boat here.
And that's the all-water excursions. And you can check them out at awemarina.com to book your fun on the water or call them at 239-594-0213. It's Chris, George, and Danny. And it's the lead boat, the all-water excursions. So that's boat number one. So there you go.
Here comes boat number two, which we don't have.
We don't have a description for boat number
It's
two.
a lovely boat from Fort Myers Beach somewhere.
Medium-sized boat.
Yeah, it's a medium-sized boat.
That's a nice
Very
size
good
boat.
social distancing. I see that they're all wearing masks on the boat.
Oh, it's got a Christmas tree. Can you zoom in the camera or no?
I don't think I can zoom in the
you
camera.
need a zoom camera
I cannot.
and wireless mics.
I hope I'm not disappointing the audience that they're so far away, but
do you
looks
see
like
it?
a Boston whaler. I think it might be a whaler.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's
I
got
need
lights
glasses.
underneath
I can't see that far.
Got
That's a
quad outboard.
That's a well-decorated boat, I would say. Wouldn't you say? That's finely decorated. They have some green lights underneath. I wish I could zoom in. I apologize for that. I'm sorry.
Well, you can't get it. Listen, you can't have everything.
Listen, I can't. Yeah, I know. I'm doing the best I can here. I didn't know it was going to be that far away. Please don't leave. What are you going to do? You're in friggin' Minnesota.
Yeah,
I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go sit outside and watch the snow melt? Come on.
They can't go outside, right? They got them locked down.
That's
right.
right. Put your mask on.
Here's number three, kind of scooty booting right along.
Boat number three, everybody.
Oh, that's it.
I understand.
That's a
Oh,
pontoon.
they're criticizing us.
There's
Look at that.
Charles's boat.
Charles, here comes your boat. Thank you
And
very
they
much,
have-
Jerry. Appreciate
They
that.
have a lot of lights. So that was number three. Now number four.
Yes, thank you,
Ken's
Chris.
Dime.
It's a learning
Ken's
experience. Apparently, next year we'll be on the other side because they're zooming by.
They moved.
Why are they going so fast?
That's not hit Ken Dime's boat.
No,
'cause
right
Ken
here it
Dime's
is.
boat's supposed to be a 45-foot Sea Ray.
It's coming
totally-
right
little
up
boat
here.
is not
I'm
a Sea
totally
Ray.
disappointed. They're not
There
coming
it
in
is.
closer.
And I don't think
That
they're in
boat's
order
not-
How are
to
they
be
going
in
to
it.
come in closer?
They're not decorated. That boat needs to be disqualified at the moment. There's
a
nothing on that
rogue
boat.
pontoon boat.
That
It's
boat
a
needs
paddle
to.
boat.
What is this?
Oh
Is it-
my goodness! It is a paddle boat. It's got a little paddle thing on it.
It's a free-for-all.
This is crazy. These people should be
I
disqualified.
think
They're
this is
going
like the
too fast.
pre-parade.
It's like if you were doing a parade on the
I
road,
do-
you wouldn't be allowed to ride your car.
I know,
Why are
but
those people
remember I
allowed?
asked if
Get
I
them out
could
of
do
there.
my paddle boat or my paddle board, and
Thank
they were
you,
like,
Steve.
"You can
Thank
go
you.
along the side."
Why are they going so fast? For crying out loud! Slow it down. These people that are watching from Minnesota can't see anything. I didn't know it was going to be this far away. Are you guys zooming in over there? They're zooming in on their phones. I can't see because of my glasses. How come you guys aren't reading? What number are we up to here? Is that 5 or 6?
Well, we're really waiting for number 4 to come through.
No, dear, we're way past 4
Yeah,
for
before it
crying
ever
out
came,
loud.
that
This
was
is like
supposed to be a
9.
So number
45 foot.
5
This
is
is
a
37
local
right now.
private boat named Finn. We are first timers in the parade. Our theme is Frosty Finn.
They need
with
to do
a
this
giant
when it's light
snowman
out.
on top of
All
the
right, what
fly
is,
bridge.
this is a good
Oh,
boat
that's
right
that's
here.
not on
What
fly
number
bridge.
is this
There-
here? This is a good one here.
That's another pontoon boat. That looks like number 7.
Is it number 7?
43-foot Trojan Sport
Nope.
Fisherman.
No,
Nope.
that's not that one.
All right. We're just taking stabs
Is that
at it
the
now,
Frosty
everybody.
one?
Oh, they say they make a turn and they'll be closer on the backside. Oh, okay, Kristen. We're going to take your word for it. So don't tune away, people. I mean, what are you going to watch tonight? What
Yeah,
is
Come on and make comments. Let's
Right.
let's have some.
have some
banter and
conversation
some
and
dialogue.
stuff. Who's going to take the vaccine when the vaccine? No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go
Keep
in
going
that
way,
direction.
not this guy again.
So okay, they're going to make the turn somewhere, and then they're going to make the UE and come back closer. So are they going to dip into the into this area here so that they know they're going to be on the Facebook and the YouTube and all
We
that?
would hope they would. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Where else are they going to get that kind of exposure? I don't understand.
They're going awfully fast. I mean, in a parade, you normally wouldn't go this fast. Like This should be like the Macy's, where people stop in the front and they do their dancing.
Oh,
and
there's
they do
there's a really nice one coming down
Yeah.
with lots of blue lights along the side,
Why
and that
weren't
looks
you-
like a big.
Why weren't you
boat.
counting as they went by? You
Well,
had
because
one
Because
job
it
to do.
doesn't
Trying to-
appear that they are in order.
That's exactly right. We
Thank
tried to
you,
look at it like,
Kristen.
wait,
Now
that's
this
not
one has a big Christmas tree on the front.
Well,
of
there.
it.
Look up the notes there. Somebody has a Christmas tree. Quickly before they pass
I
by.
really tried to memorize them, but I didn't put a whole lot of effort.
I
into
didn't
it.
try to
No problem
memorize it
there.
at all. It was. You know how long it took me to put it on one sheet like that in order. All right, this is a boat number we don't know, but it has a Christmas tree on it, and it's got blue lights and red lights and green lights and red
Is that
lights.
the Grinch? Do they have the Grinch theme going? Because somebody has the Grinch theme.
And which we
Hi,
should
Linda.
have sampled that. It said, "Here comes a boat with a Christmas tree, red lights, green lights," and just play that every time the boat went by.
I'm
because
just
that's-
happy people are still watching. Linda, how are you doing in Ohio? She wish you. We wish you were here
Yes,
too,
we
Linda,
do.
because someday you can come in, sit in on the show, and be the co-host, and not so mean to me like my wife is. And she's not reading anything, but
Can you
that's a
swim?
great boat.
Oh my God! There's the
Oh,
big
gosh.
frosty one.
All right,
Now
what number is that? What number is Frosty?
That's early on. That is.
That's a lovely boat. Here we go, folks. Now
Number
we're talking.
5.
Now we're cooking
That's
with oil.
got to be Frosty Finn
Frosty.
with a giant
Dear, how do you-
snowman.
Yeah, we
That
saw
thing is
30 boats go
huge.
by. How can
Yes.
that be number 5?
Dear, they can be
that-
out of
that's the boat
order.
That's number 5. Yeah, that's,
Yes.
That's on. It's on the.
All right, they're way out of
Flybridge.
order.
That's really on top of their T-top. but-
Regis wouldn't put up with this. Anybody? Regis
Oh
definitely
my
would have
God!
put
This
up with
boat's
this.
getting in the way. Move your boat.
Get
We
that
can't see
$700,000
Frosty.
boat out of the way.
Move your boat. There you go. Now you can see Frosty.
That's not really Frosty.
Yeah, he's way on the top.
That's not Frosty.
Yeah, he's on
Move
the
your
Flybridge.
boat.
How
Oh
dare
boy,
you?
people are losing it.
Who's got a tomato? Anybody got a tomato? This guy thinks we're looking at him.
This is gonna be
This
the
is
most.
a-
This guy's gonna walk in and get mobbed.
No kidding.
Now this
He's backing
is a cool
out now.
boat
Look,
coming
he's like,
up.
oh
He's
shit,
had
I'm
enough.
getting out of here. Waiting for number 26, North Dakota Proud of Eddie and Cheryl. Oh, Diane, stop. There are people saying they love you. I know they're.
That
They
is
must
a
be
cool
drinking
looking
wherever
boat.
she is.
They
She
have
must be
a
drinking.
lot of lights
Yes.
on there.
What number
Oh,
is
they
that,
have
dear?
American flag in the back.
What number is that boat?
Dear, I don't know.
It may
It's
be number
dark.
6. Number 6 is supposed to be crewed by military veterans, which is awesome. So you,
You
have
know,
the American flag in the back.
My
Probably-
job
Might
is to
be
be
it.
the talker and to entertain the crowd, and your jobs were to make sure that you counted the boats and make sure that we could
That one
communicate
looks like a little Santa sleigh.
to the
it
audience.
doesn't even look like
our
a
math
boat.
was
That-
good.
that
the problem
boat is
is,
tiny.
you know, they didn't listen to us and put the boats in the
I
right
don't
order.
think
That's
our
the
math
problem.
was good. I mean, this has to be boat number 13 or 14.
I hear you, but it's not our fault they don't put them in the right order. But we'll figure it out.
I
you know?
can't believe all these people are still tuned into this. I mean, they can't even see the boats.
It's 2020. It's a dumpster fire.
That's
you can't
right.
look away.
You never know what people are going to
It's the
watch.
way it is.
Oh, is that the is that the?
What do we got here?
This is a cool looking boat.
No, it isn't.
That's the Dolphin. It's a.
Oh, is that like the cruise, like a cruise ship boat, like a tour boat?
They didn't really
Not a
put.
cruise
yes.
ship.
They didn't really put much effort into decorating that.
They
I
have
mean,
a
they
lot
just
of
turned the
people
blue
on their
lights on
boat.
and said,
they
so.
just turned the lights on, is what they did. I mean, I hope they
There's
don't
some
win a
very
prize or
bright
anything,
lights
'cause-
coming on the next few boats. Oh my goodness, this is a big one, and there's a little snowman on the top.
Debbie,
I
where
bet that's
where
the
was your
snow-
husband?
The
Thank you,
snowflake
thank
thing.
you, Jeff. The commentary. I don't know if I believe him. The commentary is helping. It's not helping. I can't see anything. How is it helping? But Debbie's Linda's
I
waiting
think
for
this-
boat number 12.
Waiting for
There's a
number
lot
12.
coming in the queue, folks.
All right. Yeah, we see lots of lights here. It's like Vegas going on down there.
Now
all the
there's a
flashing lights.
Frosty on the fly bridge too, but it was not a big one like that.
Oh my gosh,
That's
my
a-
sister's here, sitting right behind me. All right, what number are we up to, Greg? I don't know why.
73. We're
I
up to boat number 73.
Yeah.
Why am I paying you tonight,
That
Greg,
is-
to be
you're not.
here?
That's you know.
Oh, I see, Debbie. Couldn't see anything. Yeah. Well, you know, Debbie, it's the experience to just be out with the people during the COVID era and everybody bunching together without masks. And, you know, we're all having a good time. And
I think that's Ken Dime because that looks like a 45-foot sea
so
ray to me.
what number is that?
That was actually boat number 4.
Boat number 4. So what are the other boats in the middle? Like
Exactly.
filler boats?
I don't know.
Well, I just think they,
The
you
fluffer
know.
Oh,
boats
they
or
didn't want to.
something.
They're cheap. They didn't want to pay the fee to get in the.
Oh, it could have been.
I don't know. It wasn't that much. I mean, how dare you
It
people?
was worth it.
This one coming up's got a lot of lights, but
What?
No,
What are you laugh? Why are you laughing at that boat, dear?
No, I'm laughing
it's a little
at how
boat?
far we're having to hold these papers out, and the papers are getting
Look at that. You
damp,
know,
so
for a
they're
boat that
flopping.
size, it looks like it has reindeer on the front. For a boat that size, that was a good job
That
right there. I have
It's
to
an
give.
awesome job.
I
That's a
vote-
little bitty boat.
Yeah,
They
I'd
did a
vote
good
number
job.
one for that. Well, the second one right after that's very
It
nice.
has like a number on it. I don't know his number is like 26 or something.
I
the
can't
boat
see
that
it
you like.
without
Oh
glasses.
yeah,
What's with the glow ball right after that? That's very cool.
Is that the ball they're going to drop in Times Square? One of them's going to have the
That's-
ball they
that-
drop in
that
Times
might be-
look
Square.
how fast
They
those
said it was gonna
boats
be
are
on
going.
front.
That might be a town of Fort Myers beach boat because I know they have two. Those three in a row were very nice. Well done. Well
yeah,
done.
they put some effort into those. I like that.
Yeah.
You know?
We have to
Christmas
look for
tree.
the Grinch and Friends.
Maybe
from
this is the
Whoville.
first three boats. Maybe it's just starting now.
Well, that
for
was-
all we know.
That looks like the working boat that was supposed to be like an FGCU boat. I think had a working
Yeah.
boat or something.
Maybe
but-
the first 30 boats were like the warm-up act. Like, you know, you have a few fights before the main event. Maybe they were just warming up the crowd before the real boat showed up. Who knows?
Well,
that-
when we get to boat number 11,
That boat looks like a shoe right there. It reminds me of a shoe.
it has a flashing tree on front of the bow and a penguin theme with Santa sleigh in the boat on the bow.
Everybody's asking. Now, we
listen.
cannot zoom in. Sorry. I bought a lot of equipment, but not any equipment that I can zoom in because, you know, we do a regular show and nobody wants us to zoom in when we do the
Do
regular
you
show.
want me
for
to
sure.
run the camera out there? It won't
Yes.
fit.
So
next
you're gonna
year-
jump in, swim the camera out
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Next year, we'll do the show from the water.
We got to get a hold of people on the Terabyte and do it from the Terabyte.
Oh, is that really
That's
the name
true.
of the boat?
yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So who owns that boat?
I have no idea.
How much
but
is that
someone in
boat
the
run?
computer business? That millions.
Millions. Wow. So that would be cool because they're really passing right by that boat.
Yeah,
And
and,
the boat
I
that we're
mean-
talking about is the one that you see decorated right across from us.
It's
Very
always
nice.
parked there at the base of the bridge.
You don't know who owns that boat?
I do not.
Must be somebody that lives here on the beach or Naples or
It's
That
definitely
boat-
someone in the computer industry, right? So
That boat is shrouded in lights.
you think it's Zuckerberg or somebody
I
like
don't.
that?
I think that is
I
probably
don't
Zuckerberg's
think
dinghy.
so. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, this is a cool one coming.
They say everybody's saying they come back around, so maybe we'll get a closer look. This guy's running off course. Maybe he ran out
Actually,
of gas or
that
something.
He needs a
boat
drink
looks
or-
like it looks like Rudolph, doesn't it? Like
No.
the note, or is it a sleigh?
More like a sleigh, not Rudolph. How do you get Rudolph out of
I
that?
don't know, or a shoe. It looks like the FTD Flores
That's
shoe.
the second shoe that went by. The first one was more like what are those shoes that were popular for a while?
like a croc.
Croc. The first one was a croc, and this one looks more like a shoe. This guy's going. He's out
Check
of whack
out
here.
this boat with the like
What?
floaty lights on it.
That's one of the tiki boats.
That
no?
is cool.
Yeah, that did a good job with that
Yeah,
one.
it's
See,
got
some
a
of
little
those smaller boats are actually doing really well with
got
the
a little
decorations.
Santa on the back. Oh, Charles says it's the same guy that owns half the island property. I don't think it is. I think I know who he's talking about, but I don't think it's.
yeah.
No, he owns a bigger boat. What he's talking about, he owns a much bigger boat than that one. All right. So what are we looking at here? We got a nice big one coming by under the bridge.
So this
Look at
was
all
a
those
piss poor
people up
effort on
there.
this boat's part. They probably even can't even see it coming across. But this one, you know, they got one red light on the front.
Which boat you talking
Aren't they
about?
supposed to have that? Isn't
Yeah,
that
it
the,
is. It's-
the
yeah,
mandatory
Yes.
All righty. You know, folks, this is the first boat parade I've ever been to in my life. So,
You really
Yeah,
got to
they
get
don't-
out more. I mean,
one? Well, they
you-
don't have these in upstate New York.
no, they don't. And have you been to any of those Trump boat things?
I have not.
But they're badass, huh?
There's so many boats. It's,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, they like I told you earlier, they do a boat parade in Cape Coral as well, a big one. And so they start up like the yacht club, and there's so many canals they go in and out of. But it's literally an hour long.
Yeah.
You sit there, watch boats go over and over and over again.
Can you get a little closer than we are?
Yes.
See, this you live and learn the first time around, but it's still a great night. I mean, there's tons of people here. There's
Well, I think it's great to see all the people out. I mean, see Nervous Nelly's packed.
all right,
see
let me
everybody
turn
on
the camera a
island.
little bit so people can see. I don't know if you can see how many people are on the bridge there, watching the
What?
Yeah, it's hard to see them.
that
But it's-
underneath
it's
the bridge
packed.
is packed
The
right
fishing
there,
pier.
which is
Oh,
nice.
yeah, the fishing pier. I thought you guys meant the boat.
What boat? What
Look who
boat?
showed up.
We have trouble.
Hey, everybody's down here. I'm going to take the camera.
Jacinta from Mangaritas,
Yes,
one of the
our
sponsors.
Let's show everybody how
Oh, yeah, there
crowded
you
it
go.
is here. Look
There
at
you
that.
go.
Crowd.
Everybody say
Everybody
hello.
Wave!
Very nice. Everybody's participating in our little reindeer games. Isn't that nice? We want to thank the folks at Nervous Nellies for coming. And Greg, get in the picture there. Getting pictures taken here as we're waiting for the next boat. I don't know if the boat is. We have more coming, or
well, so the gentleman next to me asked, he said, "Are you S-ing me? Is that it?" I'm like, I had to cover the mic. I'm like, I don't know.
Are you what?
Are you shitting me? He goes, "Are you shitting me? Is that it?" I'm like,
oh
no, I don't know.
Isn't that the same thing like when people go and watch fireworks? They think it's going to go on for hours and hours, and it really lasts like 15 minutes, and then you got to get in that traffic and
go. Yeah. Well, we have a nice little Hydra Sport.
Yeah. What number do you suppose that is? How far? So if they're going to go make a U-turn somewhere.
Well, this one's got a peace sign on it. So
where?
This should be easy to identify.
Right,
if we
the peace
have
sign. If anybody out there is waiting for a boat to go by and they can help us identify them by the lights, maybe you help them put the lights on, or you recognize the lights.
Okay, this is boat number 12. This year our boat theme is Peace and Love Hippie Christmas.
Okay, people
our
were
captain
waiting.
is Mark.
Oh, here we
the
go.
crew is Melinda, Dawn, Scott, Missy, and Brett.
Is this the one from last year that won, boat number 12? That was on ABC this morning?
Oh, I don't.
There was
no, I didn't know.
there was a shot on ABC, a story on ABC, a boat.
All right, see, it says 12 on it. Now we can see.
Where do you
now
see
we
a
can,
number?
Right there. Now
I
you can
cannot
see
see
the
right there, but
numbers.
Left-hand
I
side
cannot
of the
see a
peace
number.
sign.
All right, well, that
12.
was boat number 12. So we're halfway through the parade, and there was definitely a lot of sneakers in there. There
Well,
was
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
a lot of cheaters.
We had 26
At
or 20
least.
before, right? We had boat 26
There was-
before
yeah.
that. So
So
I got to
we-
say hi to my mother-in-law, Sylvia
Oh,
Joe. Just
very
said
nice.
hi.
Sylvia, how are
I'll see you in
you?
a few weeks, Mom.
See you
Where's
in a
your
few
mother-in-law?
weeks.
How come she's not on here?
What?
Where's
I
your
don't know.
mother-in-law? Why is she not
You
on
mean your mom?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's your mom. I don't keep track of her. So we're at boat number 12, and that was what got confusing. Nobody gave me the heads up that there were going to be people sneaking in the parade. That's absurd to me. That's like running a 5K and people coming out of the woods and jumping in on the race.
But no one's just going to jump in and run for the hell of it, right? I mean,
I think people do that because then they think they get a medal. They cheat
can't
and get a medal.
If you don't pay, right?
I guess that's true.
Doesn't everybody get a medal on
So,
those things now?
Is this
Participation
boat
trophies?
number 13 or is this boat number 12 plus
Well,
something
we're
else?
waiting till we can see the number. It's very well decorated.
It looks
and
like
it
a half
does not
of-
have a number. It says,
It looks like half a
is that
Santa
like
body.
a Chicago Bulls sign?
No.
I don't know.
It looks like they started to decorate and left the head off, right? I mean, it looks
This
like
is
a body.
sort of like impressionist art. It's
Right.
just whatever your impression is. That's
I wish I
what
brought
it
my
is.
glasses.
Oh, is that the one with the dumpster? The 2020
Dumpster.
going into like
The
there's one
dumpster
that's going to have
fire?
a dumpster fire.
Oh, great idea.
There you go.
And
What number is
2020 is
that?
kinda-
Good call.
Is that
I
what it
just read
is?
it, but
or
I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
but
Looks
that was
like
a
it
good.
to me.
Yeah.
we might need to get some help from the studio audience
It
here.
sure looks like a dumpster fire to me in 2020 going into it, which is what they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
Which is actually very creative, I have to admit.
I'm totally enamored by that boat across the way there. Like that is, I mean, you could live
Yeah.
on that thing.
You could live on, but we couldn't afford together to put gas in it. I mean, when
Right.
you have to measure the gas in tons, in pounds of
Wow.
gas versus or tons of gas.
You
right?
are a boat connoisseur.
I love boats. I'd live on a boat if I could.
All right, Kathy, thank you. They turn around at the pink shell and come back. So does that mean they're going around to Bowditch and then they turn around at the pink shell and come
Well, the pink
Well, if they're
shell
going
is
the pink
near.
shell, they're kinda
but
going-
Yeah.
so the pink
They-
shell marina,
they-
right?
Yeah, that way.
But do they go all the way to the pink shell hotel or the pink shell marina? Oh, we got some
They're not
what's
going to
going
go
on
out
here?
on the
They're not
golf.
going to go to golf.
Yeah.
They're going to go to the marina park.
Gotcha.
Turn
And
around.
come back
Okay.
around.
Okay, what's
but I
going
don't
on
think
here?
they're going to get that much
They're
closer
playing-
to you, dear.
They're playing bumper boats or something right there.
What are
they're
you
all
talking about?
They're all clustering together here.
Bumper boats gets expensive real quick.
All right, well, maybe we'll get a closer look. Maybe that was just a dry run, everybody. Maybe that was
Yeah,
just
no,
practice.
I think that's the end of it. I don't see any more coming down.
Boat number 13 ended it. That doesn't seem
That-
right in
It's
any
perfect
way.
for 2020.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, maybe they're refusing to go in order. Maybe it's
Okay, Kathy says the marina. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy should have been on the show. Why didn't she come
Dear,
down
well,
We
here?
have a
why
lot
would
of good
you-
interaction tonight, which is good.
Yeah,
lot of good
we've had
interaction
a lot of people jumping on there, and
Why would you think it's going to go out into the Gulf?
why wouldn't it?
He had a bayliner.
Oh.
Come on, he knows what's
I
going on.
know.
I mean,
he
how
took his bayliner out in the Gulf.
I've
right? No
never
lights,
been to
no
a
No
boat
nothing.
parade
no life jackets,
before.
no nothing.
No, we had life jackets. I think I'm crazy. They got into Siesta Isles down 2 canals, then come out and go to Pink Shell Marina and follow the island back to Salty Sam's. All right, there we go. We got the full scoop from Sherry Lynn. They'll come down the other side close to Nervous Nellies. Okay.
Why couldn't
Sharon.
Debbie give you the scoop this morning? I mean, she said she's going to be on one of the boats, right?
Uh,
Debbie Voorhees?
Yes, she's on the first boat.
She should have gave you the whole scoop.
I don't think
she gave us some info, but
I think she's assigned to different duties.
Yeah, she's
And,
awesome.
Yeah,
Great-
she
she's a
does
great
a lot
guest.
of different things and whatnot. So I think next year we'll know more. We'll get closer somehow. We'll be in a boat next year.
That's what we need to do.
We need
get
to
in a
be
boat.
need to be like somehow closer to the dock. Or maybe it'll be so close on the way back. This will be perfect, and we'll live and learn.
They
Well,
can't get
we're
that
rolling the dice to
close
see.
The
with
thing
the
is,
dock.
if we're out on a boat and we're not sitting here, nobody's bringing drinks out to us
Well,
like
we
they
have to
are
bring our own
Nervous
cooler.
Nellies.
That's I'll make sure
Yeah.
the drinks get there.
Those people are spectators out there watching the parade or just going about. No, they're spectators. Everybody's watching the what?
Hey, so I have somebody here who
Okay.
ate dinner tonight at Nervous
Hold
Nellies.
on.
Can you tell us what you
Greg,
had
get
and
out of
how
the way.
yummy it was?
I sure can. I had the trio broiled plate that had scallops, grouper, and shrimp, and it was delicious, like everything I always have here.
How many times have you been here? Are you a frequent flyer?
I am. Every year, at least once, if not 2 or 3 times in the winter.
And do you live down here?
In Indiana,
Indiana
We're in
in the
Indiana.
house.
Marion, Indiana.
Marion.
Right
I'm,
in
from, I'm
between
originally
Fort
from
Wayne.
Valparaiso. So.
Oh, okay. In between Indianapolis and Fort Wayne.
Greg, when we're interviewing people in the
Sorry.
audience, you don't interject your personal
Have to.
stuff because nobody cares about
I
our
know.
personal stuff when we're interviewing people in the audience. So
If
you want to grab somebody and bring them over, we'll see how good you are at a man.
you
at a
would
man
have
on the
to do
street.
that because we don't have the wireless microphone.
Right. Come on over, Santa. Oh, you got to get this guy. Come on. Oh, bring him over. We got somebody dressed with like Santa. He's got lights. Oh, Kim's gonna go over and do the
Kim's
schmoochy.
going to get him over here for
Yeah.
sure.
So we're waiting for the boats to turn around, and we're harassing the customers here at Nervous Nellies. And this is somebody that you're definitely going to want to hear interview.
So this is who I was talking about earlier. Now you look a little Hemingway Santa-ish. You're kind of bringing both. Where are you from?
Louisville, Kentucky.
I love the accent. And how is this your first time in Fort Myers Beach?
No, I've been here for 40 years off and on.
Wow. And what did you have for dinner tonight? It was so yummy. He forgot. No,
It was a summer salad, strawberry salad, delicious.
It was delicious. And where did you get? You are rocking the fashion.
Wife's ideal of me.
It's his
having fun.
wife's. He took it off his wife before she came out.
Where'd you get that jacket?
I think this is a Walmart special.
Nice.
Now, what do you do back in? Is it Louisville?
You're not
or
missing any
Louisville?
boats, by the way. Nobody's missing any boats.
And what'd you do back in Louisville?
I drove a truck for years, but now I am retired.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. Were very kind and you played along very well. Thank you so much. Woo!
Dare, you got to brush up on your interview skills. I mean, come on. You got to
What?
get in there. You got to get them. You got to get them answering questions. Come on.
I don't see your ass out of that
Well,
seat.
let me get somebody to come out here. You going to be able to man the ship here? Well, we grab somebody. I can't do it. I'm very nervous. Very nervous when the camera's on.
And we're waiting for the boats
That's
to come
right,
back
that's
around.
right.
Bye.
Thank you all for coming.
He was delightful.
Yes.
He had a great accent.
Louisville.
Louisville. And he didn't say it like that. He said he drove a truck.
You
Now
guys
he's all retired.
can't see you on the camera there. You're going to have to sit down. All right, so they must be like at halftime or something. Do they stop at the Pink Shell and have a drink or something?
could
Or
see
Well, I
him
do
down the
think
way,
it takes them a while to turn back around.
all right.
This gives everybody a chance to go get some appetizers,
Oh,
maybe get a
Christy.
drink.
We're boring, Christy. She's giving us the
Well.
yawn. All right, well, fair is fair.
Fair is fair. You know,
That
but
was a yawner interview. I agree. You
he
can't all
was-
be
he
home
was
runs.
All right, you
You
know,
can't be all home runs.
Shall I push Ed in the water?
I
Would
can't
that help
swim.
with the
Don't
We
do
could
ratings?
make
that.
a poll,
I
right?
gotta-
Like, yeah,
No
let's see a
polls,
poll.
no
Hands up for
polls.
who wants to see Ed go in the water.
They want to see the water. They don't want to see us. So we're going to turn the camera back around so you can see what's going on in the water as we get ready to watch the boats turn around. It's a lovely night on Fort Myers Beach.
It's
the
gorgeous.
weather, I hate to say this. I hope she's not listening, but I brought the long underwear and the jeans in the car because I was afraid it was going to be cold.
I'm surprised you're not cold right now. I mean,
No,
if I
it's-
didn't have long sleeves, then I'd be cold.
No, it's such a nice night. It was a great day on the beach, other than the strange fog that came through out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's amazing. People who lived once you moved to Florida. I'm sure you came from upstate New York, right? So how quickly you acclimate to it being warm, and how quickly the cold sucks.
Oh yeah. It's like I don't ride the bike when it's below 70 degrees anymore.
I've had my heat
Because
on 4 or 5 times already this year.
No way,
Yeah.
you sissy Mary! I can't
It's-
believe that.
I don't like cold at all.
We haven't turned the
Wow.
heat on yet, but
No, and it was cold. This last cold snap, you left the doors open. It was 68 inside the
that's
house.
not cold.
Yeah, it is pretty cold.
So what do you think they could do to get more boats involved with this? I mean, it seems to me like this should be with all these people here, this should be a monster event. They should have like 50 or 60 boats.
I know. I think
Easy.
they were. They were like headed toward that until, I do notice that the COVID thing scares some people, no matter what's going on, and you think that maybe it shouldn't scare somebody on a boat, but you get 3 or 4 or 5 people in close proximity
Yeah,
on a
maybe.
boat.
It doesn't look like it's scaring many people.
I know.
out here
I know.
tonight, to
I
be
mean, who
brutally
knows?
honest.
Who knows? I did notice fewer people from out of town at the party today than normally come from out of town to Pete's, but the place was still crowded from locals. So I thought this year was going to be like a banner season. I still think it's going to be a great season because
I
Florida's
just think it's
open.
going to be a little delayed. It's going to be a
and
delayed.
Florida's open.
I think
Mhm.
people are clamoring to come here. I think it's like people are sick of being cooped up north, and they're looking for ways
I
to
think-
come
Well,
down.
or out west. My mom is in Utah, and she was shocked that all of this was even going on because they have a mandatory mask mandate out there. And,
Oh, they do?
and they're not doing any. Well, yeah, their numbers went up crazy, and so they're not doing much. They were shocked. She was shocked that we were going to the fair. That the fair was the
Tomorrow?
concert was going on at the fair. Yep.
Well, the
Grounds.
way they have it set up tomorrow is you have to buy a pod, and so you get a pod and you go with your family, and they set you
A
up in a
pod?
pod, and you're 6 feet away from everybody. That's
Is
how
that
they have
like
it.
that movie where all the old people were in pods and then they got in the water? What was that movie?
Oh,
I don't have any idea.
Cocoon!
Cocoon. Yes, that's exactly
Sorry,
what
I
I
didn't
don't
mean to
know
blow
if that's
everybody's
what it
ear
is.
out.
But
That's
So we're gonna
they
be
should hear it
pod.
live. They should hear it live. No, just
we're
kidding.
going to be
They're
podding
gonna
with
be pod people.
John and Debbie Lalo and
30
her
years.
daughter.
How cool is that, right?
30
I mean,
years, yeah.
30
I
years
know.
owning Pete's Time Out. That's awesome.
30 years, and they've the family has owned it for 37 years.
It's
So
an
it's,
iconic place, just like the clock
Yeah.
that's down there.
That someone thought that the Roman numerals were wrong, and they're actually not. but
Linda says she was in the first boat parade, and there were 2 boats. So it's kind of come a long way.
I thought I read one of them sank, but she said think. Sorry, it's my
Oh,
bad
yeah.
eyes. I'm like,
2
there's
boats.
2 boats and 1 sank. That would have been.
I wonder what place she came in. If she came in second, that would be really
but
bad.
second place is still first loser. So
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that to any of our listeners, Greg. How
I'm
dare
just
you?
kidding. I'm
Crying
just
out
kidding.
loud. Don't do that
I know,
to her.
right?
Why you have
Yeah.
to be so negative?
Me?
Yeah.
He said it.
No. What about the first place, second place thing?
I said first. I said second place is
Yeah,
first
but
loser.
he says it all the time.
Oh.
I didn't say it
Because
tonight. I wouldn't say it to our
he used
listeners.
to always come in like 7th in the races that we did, and he used to get so mad.
I came in 7th?
Yes.
Never. No, it
Dear-
was always 4th.
No, in the
Out of the
Spartan
money.
races, you came in 7th.
What races?
Spartan.
No, I never came
Yeah.
in 7th place. That's an embarrassment to be in 7th place in anything.
Well,
no comment because I couldn't even finish.
your
All
little
right.
shivering self in the cold water.
Oh, I hated the cold. One time we did a race. I know we're killing time here, folks, and our stories are boring you. But
She
one
came in first. Sorry, I had to interrupt you because she said. She
Oh,
came
thank
in
you,
first.
Linda. Very
See,
nice.
I,
You have
I kind of knew that. She
Linda,
sounded
do-
like a winner to me.
if you have pictures of your boat, you can send them. We can post them as we're waiting for the boats to turn around. That'd be kind of cool to see the first place boat from 1990. 1990. That's how many years ago? That's like 20 years ago, right? Or
A little
30
longer
years
than
ago.
30 years ago. Yeah, I know.
There we go. Sometimes that happens, folks, but thanks for sticking it out.
We're on an island. What are you going to do?
We
You
are
gotta
on
deal
a
with,
cell phone hotspot. So we've been on for almost an hour, and it's only happened like that. So they got the music cranking down here at Nervous Nellie's. It's packed down here. It's a great night. No pictures. Oh, because they
bummer.
didn't have cameras back then, I'm
Well,
sure, or
they
they
had the
didn't have
big,
cell phones. Probably a
Polaroids,
Polaroid. You'd
They
have
don't
to
last forever.
You'd have to take a scan of the Polaroid now or something like that, and then
No,
try
you
to
know what?
figure
They
out.
have apps now. If you have negatives, I found a bunch of negatives, like old negatives. And there's an app now that you can get, and you take a picture of it, and it redoes the picture.
What's the
it's
app
amazing.
called?
By the way,
Dan?
she said no pics. I think it may not. Maybe she has pics, but they're just maybe not appropriate to put on the. to send
she
over
maybe
something.
just inside the boat
No.
pictures.
They're like, no pics.
Send them to me, please, Linda. Send them to me, and I promise not to post them. Everything's great.
Len,
dear.
how you
There's-
doing?
Come on, get
Hey!
Len on. Len is the owner of Nervous Nellie's. That's just one of the fabulous facilities he owns, and we want to make sure that we get Len on for.
So how are things going tonight?
It's going well, isn't it? I mean, check it out. No rain.
I mean,
great
Come on.
weather?
Great.
packed.
Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's eating their Christmas cookies.
Those were amazing Christmas cookies. He ate half of mine.
Is that right? Well, we're going to have to send Cheryl back one more time.
So, Len, how long have you been doing this?
We've been doing this. I've been here 6 years. We've been doing it 6 years.
Now, you said to me earlier that when things are normal, you have more going out in the park there. So, kind of explain what you would have had going on out there if things were in normal times.
And you can see that there are all kinds of people that are over in the park right now. And
Yeah.
this is kind of what we've been talking about. Develop the park so that when people come for an event like this, they can sit and enjoy themselves and have a good time.
Great.
And connect the pier.
And connect the pier. Absolutely.
And you have bands out there usually when there's a big event like this in the gazebo.
we have two big events every year. We have St. Patrick's Day, where we rent out the park. Nervous Nellie's does, and we'll have 3 bands out there from noon until 10 o'clock. And then when the Songwriters Festival comes, which is a great event
Yeah.
in September, again, same deal. We'll rent the park out, and the bands that would normally play inside, we set up out here in the park, and then anybody can just come in and sit and listen to them.
And you have a stage that you can pull out and pull off, right?
Yeah, that's actually the stage that we're kind of trying to get the town to use is a stage that we had built. So yeah, when we have an event, we've got a storage building. We just bring the stage out, erect it, and then after the event, take it down and put it back away.
Very cool. Well, we appreciate you having us down here, and
Well,
it's nice
I am
to see.
just happy as heck
Yeah,
that it didn't rain because we
we
were
worried
looking
about
at-
that. Yeah.
We were looking at weather predictions all week long, 80%, 70%. So
Then it
yeah,
got down to 20
absolutely.
today, and the temperature isn't that chilly
Yeah,
either,
yeah,
so it's so
it's
nice.
a little cool.
Yeah.
But, not bad.
And it's nice that you brought Santa here for us from Louisville, Kentucky. We appreciate Santa being here tonight.
Now, how late are you open tonight?
We're open till 10. We're open until all the Christmas cookies are gone.
Yes, Steve, we can.
There you go.
Thank you,
have
Len,
to
so
stay
much.
until you eat them all.
Thank
Len
you.
Lemmer,
Thank you.
everybody.
Have a
He
good one.
owns Nervous
Take
Nellie's.
care.
They also
Have
own
fun.
Cantina Laredo in yes,
I
Cantina
know.
Laredo.
I have a friend who's a vegan, and that is one of the best restaurants.
Where is that? That's
It's
I
in
keep,
Bell Tower.
Bell Tower. I keep
It's
I
a
get
big place. They have amazing guac. It's
Yeah, they do.
so good.
Hey,
So
Steve,
good.
I think I mentioned it earlier. There was a bunch of people from Minnesota that were down at Pete's, and we were talking about how all these other states are getting hit with the lockdowns. And I mean, imagine living in California. Only the governor's allowed to go to a restaurant in
And
California.
spend 15 grand on a meal.
I heard, well, we both heard that place that they went to, what was the name of it?
French
The
Laundry,
French Laundry. You can drop 2,000 with 2 people
like
at
a
that
side
place.
of peas and corns is $100.
It's
A beer is
rid-
$100.
Well, I mean, do
that's
you-
like the Chateau de Nepouf that we got in
At Disney?
Disney.
I think the French Laundry is actually the most expensive restaurant in the world. Definitely in the U.S. They said so.
Somebody was talking today at Pete's Timeout that I believe it's in Michigan that they were the restaurants or some restaurant was telling its servers that they had a choice, that they could continue to work and just get paid the server wage, but that they had to turn their tips over to the business so that the business could stay open.
Not sure how legal that is, but someone could call.
I mean, it's crazy.
'Cause they don't
I
make
wonder.
minimum wage, right? So
I
it's-
wonder at what
It's
point
way below minimum wage.
are restaurant owners and businesses just going to totally rebel?
Well, you're starting to see it right now, right? You saw the guy who got arrested. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
You know, and then they had hundreds of people come out, and that's what it's going to take. I mean, it's a look at what's happening here in Florida, and I think again, I don't want to get into too much politics of it, but you look what Governor DeSantis did. I think it's very, very smart. Florida's open, and we're open for business. We want
Yep.
more people. They want more people coming down here. Um,
I just think if it ever went backward, not only would it kill the businesses in Florida, but he'd never get elected to
Never, ever.
dog catcher after what he's, the way he is now, which a lot of people don't agree with it. I know that a lot of people don't agree with it because they'd rather it be a lockdown for whatever reason, or they'd rather it be a mask mandate or for whatever reason. But
we locked down the first time, it didn't work. Why?
Yeah.
We're going to make it do it again. I mean, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So,
in Michigan,
you know.
Sylvia says it's takeout only. I mean, it's just got to be killing the businesses in Michigan.
well,
And
how can a restaurant who runs
you
on
can't survive that way.
raise within margins? They can't survive at half capacity or 25% capacity.
We
or
saw it
takeout
here.
only.
We saw it on the beach. We saw how people were struggling to survive. And, the margins in the restaurants are not huge to begin
Thin.
with. And then you tell them takeout only. And, I get it at the beginning when nobody knew what was going on. But now, people figure it out. They're going to put up plexiglass. You're going to make them wear a mask. They're going to do whatever they have to do to
The
survive.
restaurants will do whatever they have to do. And I think, you just got to let people. Problem is, everybody's, and it, you know it just as well as I do. The media is just scared the shit out of everybody. Everybody's scared of everything. And there obviously people here aren't scared because everybody's out and having a good time. But when you get bombarded by that stuff 24/7, it has an effect on your psyche.
And the thing that
the
never
other thing though is there are some people who are choosing to wear a mask, which they're doing it for their purposes, and no
Absolutely.
one's throwing them any shade.
Right.
It's you do what you need to do to keep yourself safe and what comfort level you're at.
Well, and now you see what's happening is people are getting shamed for getting. We saw this guy at the ESPN, right? People are getting shamed for getting COVID, like you did something wrong. Like when's the last time you got shamed for getting the stinking flu? Right? I mean, it's such an asinine thing. It's like you must have
or
did something
people
wrong.
feel like they did something wrong, or they feel like they didn't wear a mask at the right time, or they like it's their fault that they got
Right.
it. I mean, it's crazy.
It's the same thing, and I don't like what I do. I do cybersecurity. If someone has a cyber breach, right? They feel like they did something wrong, even though they're a
Right.
victim of a crime. It's that same type
Yeah.
of stuff. It's like you got to get that mentality out. It's a virus. People are going to get sick. It happens. It's not your fault.
right.
Right.
The thing that
you're
I'll
not,
never.
as long as you're not licking the carts at Publix.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh, I
I'm
gotta-
not supposed to do that.
I gotta
No,
tell you a
no, you gotta
story.
stop that.
I got to tell you a story that it's a little bit off the beaten path here, but I
Shocking.
went to Walmart yesterday, or was it today? What is today?
Saturday.
No, I went yesterday to Walmart. I go to Walmart on Friday, but I typically go at 5:00 to Walmart because I like to go when there's nobody there, just because I don't like to be around
Harassed.
crowds. No, I don't like to be around big crowds and then the traffic thing. And so now you can't go until 7 because Walmart doesn't open until 7. But I couldn't go at 7 because I didn't feel well. So I slept in an hour and I went at 12. And that's the wrong time to go to
Yeah.
Walmart. I mean, but I psych myself up because, have to psych yourself up to go, okay, there's going to be some traffic. There's going to be more people in Walmart at 12 than there normally is at 7. So don't be an ass. Just go with the flow. So I get there and there's 4 of us that walk into the Walmart, right? And there's no carts, like 0 carts.
No, none.
And so there's 2 employees standing there, like they're talking to each other. You know how they have those things that are hanging down like it's a freezer, like
Yes,
they put the
yeah,
carts.
keep the air in or whatever. They
So
do.
the 4 of us are looking at each other and we say, cart? And the guy's like, no, they're outside. You got to go outside and get them. So the 4 of us are going out the parking lot to get our own carts at the Walmart. Now that has nothing to do with COVID.
Yeah,
But I
what's your
just
point
thought-
about that?
I just thought,
I don't know
what
the point of that.
kind of
story.
customer service is that at Walmart? You
It's-
have to go out into the parking lot. Now we're all dodging the traffic because there's a crazy crowds are at Walmart at 12:00, and you got to get your now there's COVID on the carts now because nobody's
Yeah.
wiped them off, and we're all going inside with the COVID on the carts for sure.
It doesn't
How do
get
you know
transmitted
there's
that way.
COVID on the
There's
cards?
COVID because when you go to Walmart, there's
As long,
COVID
as,
on
as,
all
long
the
as you're
carts.
eating and sitting down and it's not
Right,
after 10
right.
p.m., you're good.
So
you
the
know?
thing, but back to my point because I didn't lose my place. My point is that
Shocking.
when
Not yet, Bill. No boats
when
yet.
this is all said and done, how
Bill's
is it?
like, you guys shut up. Where are the boats?
Bill, believe me, we wouldn't be telling stories if the boats were coming by. We'd be flipping the camera around so you can see them. But the thing that I'll never ever understand is how it was safer for Walmart and Costco and Home Depot to be open when the crowds are the biggest compared to a mom and pop store where the crowds are the smallest and those people are dying for customers.
Again, none of it makes sense, which is the bad part of it, right? That's the gentleman who got arrested said the same thing. Why can I go to I can go to Walmart, I go to Home Depot, I go to Lowe's, and that's okay with 100 people, but I can't go to church, right? And I don't go to church, but again, it's one of those things like, well, why do they discriminate? That's against the Constitution. But none of it makes sense to me. Like, again, if whether you want to wear a mask or not, but the mandate of going in and taking it off and sitting up and all that shit.
Somebody likes my stories
Well,
or just wants me to keep rolling, or I don't know. Maybe he's just humoring
making
me.
fun of you.
They're
Thank
making
you
fun of-
all.
It's-
We're waiting on the
appreciate-
parade to come back.
Yes,
I
this
know,
is
look,
filler.
Joe. We're waiting
We
for the
can do a
boats to
little
turn
dance.
around. You can see if you want
Why
to
don't
just
you
turn.
stand up and do a jig, dear?
If you want to just see the water, we'll just turn the camera around so you can see the water. There's not a lot going out there right now, but it is still a better view than looking at me. I get it. I'm with you guys out there, so it's
I will not make such a concession. No, just kidding.
It's a lovely view of the water and of a $1 million boat across the way there that
More than one.
apparently some cyber guy owns. Have you ever been on that boat?
I have not.
Have you ever tried to get on that boat?
No, I don't. I can't get arrested, so that would be bad.
Ah, yes. You can't get arrested. Gotcha. So we think there's about 26 legal boats in this parade,
At least.
but there was clearly 40 or so boats
Scofflaws.
that went by as people snuck into the boat parade tonight.
Pirates.
Pirate boaters. Yes, very good. Very good. And now we're kind of just waiting for them to come back. And for those of you that have hung on this long, I don't know what the hell's going on in your life that you have to watch this garbage.
But thank you.
Yes, but thank you for
Is
tuning in because we appreciate it.
Maybe
Yeah.
the
But-
Coast Guard is out there somewhere.
What?
Oh,
They must be
for sure.
monitoring this.
What?
The Coast
Monitoring what?
Guard.
Yeah, I saw,
for
I saw
sure.
the Coast Guard boat go by
Did you?
once or twice. Yeah.
I'm guessing. I'm wondering if this is them. They probably don't indulge in decorating their boat.
Well, why not though? I mean, I love those guys. They should
does that
decorate the Coast Guard? Oh my God, they're the baddest.
Well, what does that have to do with them decorating their boats,
They
Greg?
should decorate their boat. Why not? She said, I don't think they partake in that, but those guys are fun. They're out there saving lives. They can decorate a boat. Why not?
Sure. Yeah.
They should decorate it with like emergency lights.
So, what boat do we vote for number one right now so far? What was the best boat that
well, I
came by?
liked the one with the big, huge Frosty the Snowman on it.
Nice. Very nice.
Dumpster fire for sure.
Crazy. Crazy. Very nice. What were you saying, dear, about your favorite boat? Go ahead.
I'm not deer, but I mean,
Well, she was saying something before she
Well,
s-
no, I was saying that the one with the Frosty the Snowman.
That was
I
good.
have a thing for snowmen. I love snowmen.
I don't remember any of the boats that went by because
Yeah.
there was no order. There was no way for me to keep score or keep track or anything like that.
they didn't
Well,
make
you're
it
not
easy on us.
voting.
But
Well,
the
they-
dumpster fire's got to be the best one. Come on, that's it.
Yeah.
I think everybody is ready to put 2020 into the dumpster.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Has it been a rough
I
year
think
for
it's been
people?
a rough year. I think. Well, I would like to know if people are out there, if you're still watching, what are you guys planning to do for New Year's Eve, if anything? What are we planning to do?
We don't really do anything.
I know, but I think we should do something this year.
I think
Is
you
it-
should come to the beach and set off fireworks since they're not going to set them off.
Is it
So
during
what are
the
you gonna do?
I'll be
Are
up
you
north. I go to visit my mom and my grandfather who's still alive, and I go to visit my mother-in-law who's watching in Michigan.
Your
So
grandfather is still
my
alive?
grandfather is 94 and he's
Wow.
a
94.
retired
Good for him.
firefighter, still ornery as hell.
now? The cookies are back. What did they do? What did he do during COVID? Has he just
He's
been
stayed
kind
home.
of locked down?
He's
94 is-
elderly, so
Yeah.
he stayed home. And when we go see him, we'll keep our distance. I still want to see him because he's
Do you do like the bubble boy thing? You have plexiglass set up where you
No.
kind of touch hands through plexiglass, and
No.
I miss
Who
your grandpa.
was in the
and-
Bubble Boy movie? Was that John Travolta?
I don't know. That was a great movie, though, wasn't it?
The Bubble Boy. Was that John
Who
Travolta?
starred in the Bubble Boy? That's a great
I've never
trivia
even
question.
seen it.
You never seen the Bubble Boy?
Boom!
John
Boy in a
Travolta
bubble.
was the Bubble
John-
Boy?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
How many years ago was the Bubble Boy?
A lot of years ago.
Yeah. That was before we were together, right?
I'm not. I watched it as a rerun because I was too young back.
Really? Oh, so we're still waiting
How
for the
crazy
boats
was
to
it?
come
The
through.
young guy we had on the show today from the
Yeah.
Everglades Wonder Garden, and I will
I
let
can't
people
believe
know.
You've never been there. He's
Well,
You've never
Not
driven through
only-
Bonita?
Not only has he not been there, but he tried
Thank
to
you, Linda.
hold up the sign, like the advertisement placard from another business.
So
And I
somebody
had to
gave me a
snatch
flyer.
it out of his hand.
What was it for?
It was for some Everglades tour.
You see, I
Where
get
they
all the
do
Everglades
swamp buggy.
confused, and
Yeah.
somebody gave me their flyer, and I thought it was his flyer, so I'm holding it up to the camera, and she snatches that out of my hand, like, and I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm trying to give the guy some advertising. And after the show, she had to tell me it was the wrong
Wrong
one.
one. It's a really cool place. I mean, you should check it out.
Have you been there?
Yes, yes.
You know, today was a lot about animals, a lot about pets and animals and
Yeah.
things like that. So
I
I'm an
think I
animal
wanna-
lover. Yeah.
I think I want to start going to some of these things and do a little bit, like a little review, like a little, hey, we're here. We should go visit all these places that come on the show and go
Yeah.
to all these events.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you knew this, Greg, but Kim's mom looks just like a bearded dragon.
I'm not going to comment on that. There's no way.
She knows I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just
know,
trying to kill some time here.
you get to a point where things are not so like ugly, and then you got to say that.
She knows I'm kidding with her. She
Suppose
doesn't
you're
look like
gonna
that.
Shut the sliding glass door again on her.
What? I didn't close it on her. I put big duct tape across it. Yes, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
No, you didn't.
Well, don't get so offended by
You
it.
shut it.
If
and
the boats
then-
were coming by, I wouldn't have to fill time like that. So,
So he cleans our sliding glass
wait,
doors.
she's not going to tell the story.
and
the
my
right
mom
way.
comes
Oh,
down
here
to
we go.
visit, right, for a week. Now I never leave them alone because you don't leave your husband alone with your mother-in-law in most cases.
I love my mother-in-law. She's awesome.
Well, they've had issues, but they're good now.
Oh,
I leave them alone out of a week. I left them alone for maybe 25 minutes. I came home. My mother was bleeding
you
I'm not
want-
sure I
she-
need to ask.
from the
but-
nose.
Oh,
from the nose, broke her nose.
she didn't do
loosened
what I
her
think she
teeth.
did, did she?
So
Yes,
listen, let
he
me tell
shut
the story.
Stupid
So
door.
she's in the back. She's in the back. We had a couch out in the back and a carpet out in the back, and she's out in the back, and she's changing the batteries in the camera for some reason. I don't know why I'm remembering that part of it, but the dogs were barking outside. So I called the dogs in the house. The dogs come in the house so the dogs don't annoy the neighbors. At the time, our neighbors were alive. Now they're deceased. And I didn't have anything to do with that, by the way. But so the dogs come in the house, and I closed the sliding glass door. So for some reason, she got up
I
and
called her and said, hurry up and get ready. I'm swinging by to pick you up. So she jumped up, ran into the house,
and
bam.
smacked face into the door.
and that's my fault that she made her run through. And so I'm in the
knocked her
house.
out.
I'm in the house and I'm working on the computer and I hear an explosion. Because if you've ever heard of a human try and walk through
My
thick glass,
my ex-business partner's wife did it, and this is why he's my ex-business partner, because I laughed my ass off. It was funny.
and now the camera's all over the floor and the batteries are flying in the pool and her mom's laying down, and I look at her, I'm like, shit, how am I going to explain this? Because there's no doubt I'm going to get blamed for it.
It's your fault. I mean, it doesn't matter how it
Right,
happened. It's your
right.
fault, right?
So every time she comes over now, I put giant X's of blue duct tape across the windows in the back so she knows not to walk through it.
that's awesome.
But
she powered through the. Oh, here comes Santa on a boat.
All right, here we go.
so they're doing it backwards now. Isn't Santa supposed to be last?
Santa needs to eat a few more holiday cookies. He's looking a little
That
thin.
is
Come
the
on in, Santa.
fittest
Come in
Santa.
closer.
Come on in, Santa.
Oh dear, stop yelling to the crowd like that. Come on. Have some decorum on this show. Thank you, Laura Lee. I don't even know who that is. Thank
Laura
you.
Lee.
Many of she likes our COVID comments. I don't
Good.
know what that
I think-
means.
I think a lot of people do, you know.
Is all the road construction? Not yet, but almost, Steve. It's getting close. And I'll tell you what, when that is done, it's going to be fabulous
Mile
down
a
that
year.
road.
They do a mile a year.
Yeah. And some people criticize about how long it's taken, but really, if you knew the number of, it's not just laying road, and it's just incredible the way they have to, the
They gotta-
drainage
You gotta
and
dewater it. It's a process.
it's so many. There's 5 different projects going on in a small space.
Yes.
which makes it. And then you have to worry about the businesses. They have to not, make sure
Yeah.
they close
And
the
all the
businesses.
ingress egress traffic. It's a lot
Yeah.
of logistics go into it, and I know we criticize the town on a lot of things, but that project, I know it's a pain in the butt. I mean, when it went in front of my house, I hated it. but they're doing a really good job
Yeah.
on that project.
And it's a county project, by the way. Mostly, it's well, the town is
The
involved.
road.
Yeah, the road.
The
Yeah, the
town
road is
is involved,
nice.
but yeah, I mean, when you ride down the stretches that are done, it's just even on the bike, it's just like
Yeah.
they're doing a great
The
job.
bike path's nice. I'm glad they put the bike path in, the center
Yeah.
lane, all that stuff is needed. So.
Yep, and everybody's been asking, like earlier today at Pete's, a lot of people have been asking when all the other projects are going to get started, and Times Square is getting redone, and the Margaritaville and the base of the bridge is going to be redone, so the traffic pattern changes down there, and it just seems like there's going to be construction for a number of years, but hey, when it's done,
Yes.
it's going to be fabulous. It just seems like every year they're improving on things.
They got. I mean, the traffic's always going to be an issue. You're trying to cram a ton of people into a small island. Traffic, but it gets backed up both ways.
Well,
I
you
mean, trying to
can't.
leave
I
is
mean,
just-
and you can't get any more people over
right.
that
It's still
bridge
one way
unless
off,
you,
one way on.
Well, it's just
unless
this-
you open that other lane and just open it up.
It's also leaving though. I mean, I know you living on the island. When it
But
comes
isn't
time for
it
people to leave the beach,
isn't it more staggered leaving than it
no,
seems like?
it backs up almost to Publix.
No
Wow.
kidding.
Like again, it was almost stopped. My house is not far from Publix, and it was stopped in front of my house. So like literally, just crawl all the way here.
Jim Adderholt says all the time that Fort Myers Beach is going through a renaissance, and he's right about
That's
that
a
with all
good
different
term
projects.
for it,
Yeah,
Though
with they're working on the Bayside Park here. I didn't even know that. I noticed they had Christmas trees decorated over there. Did you notice that coming through? And the Times Square, when that gets redone, and Bay Oaks, they're working through some issues with how big it's going to be or not. I was talking to some people today about Bay Oaks, and it's like they're putting all those millions of dollars into it. And I mean, how much use does it get? I mean,
yeah, I mean,
compared
I
to
can,
the
I can only say from my standpoint. I mean, we use Bay Oaks. I used to use Bay Oaks a ton until I won't get into how mad I am about it. But from a family living here, I know that some of our town council don't think any families. There are a lot of families live on the island.
Yeah.
Families with kids like me.
So-
I have friends here now. We use it all the time.
So do you think it's worth upgrading 5 million, 10 million, or 15 million as a family on the beach?
As 15 million is a little bit much.
Yeah.
I think if they could do something and a little bit more than 5, but probably less than 10, somewhere in that range.
Well,
I think would be
those
a good
ball
investment.
fields they jam it up there, the price with the
They-
special irrigation and drainage and the special turf. It's
I don't think they went for
high-tech
that though.
turf.
I think they
This is
downgraded it to
one.
regular grass.
did they
and
go down?
I think they're not.
Did they
getting-
go to regular grass?
I don't think they went artificial turf, but we're getting way off the subject here. So they're talking about a new building and a new stage and or a standalone stage. So it's been an interesting thing to watch.
It's
for
not
sure.
an easy job to have, right? So and I'm not talking about Rogers. I'm talking about the guys from Borcab and doing all that stuff and trying
Yeah.
to figure it out. I mean, I'm not a designer. I couldn't design my way out of a paper bag. So it's hard. I mean, it's hard to try to make a lot of people happy, right? There's 6,000 people on the island. Trying to make everybody happy is just not going to happen, right? So you have to compromise.
Eventually
Well, there
you
is
gotta-
going to have to be compromise for
And
sure.
eventually you got to decide to do something.
You just
Right.
got to,
Yeah.
you do have to decide. So
I do think that was Roger's point, though. Like, you can't belabor the decisions.
I think
Too
that
much.
you're right. And I also think that if he would have gotten them involved at some point and said, hey, guys, this is what we have. This is what we can do. I need you on board or something like that. And they might have already been under construction at
I
this
do.
point.
I mean, I could be wrong, and certainly somebody will correct me, but I do believe there were comments where folks were like on the board that we can raise the money, that maybe the little league people, because they're going to benefit from the fields, that they could raise the money.
and I did help. Last year I helped with raising money for the PTO, which helps fund Little League. All that stuff. I mean, there are families, and mine included, a lot of families on the beach that have no problem going out and trying to have fundraisers and raising money. I think that's a good way to go about doing some of that stuff for Bay Oaks, right?
And you could do the naming rights thing, although there are those folks on the Borcab that are not in favor of that, but that is an option.
Yes.
I mean,
But I think, like Ed said, when it comes down to it's transparency. Like everybody just wants to be communicated with, and I don't care what if you're a volunteer or a city employee or town employee or whatever. Transparency goes a long way, and communication goes a long way. If you're just not going to involve the people and not communicate, you're going to piss people off. It's just the way it is.
I agree with you, but I have heard the town council members say on more than one occasion that, they feel like stuff's out there, and then right at the last minute is when people come in and give their input.
Well,
so
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with it to that extent, dear. I think that if you have a committee,
I'm just telling you what
Or okay. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. But if you have, yeah, I know who you're talking about. But if you have a committee, one of your own committees, that's loud and clear telling you that you're not communicating enough. I mean, how do you solve that? You've assigned a committee to a project, and they worked on the project, and then they're saying they don't feel like they're involved. That doesn't. I mean, how do you
Pretty
fix
obvious
that?
to me, right?
And what Ray and really Jim were trying to do or push, and they're going to do it on January 11th, is have a group get together with the committee and the council and see what they can resolve. And I thought that was a great way of doing it. And Rexanne was pushing against that, which was like, why? Did you see that?
I don't know.
It's like, let's do the project the way it is now. She was pushing, let's pick a date to do the project the way it is now. And they were, I'm surprised they didn't say, are you listening to what's going on here? I mean, can you hear the committee is totally pissed off? Like they're telling you the project was half-assed. That's a quote.
Right.
I didn't just make that up. That's what they said.
They wonder
about
why
it.
they can't get people to volunteer for
Right.
like, the abatement board
or the historical
nuisance abatement
committee,
board,
yeah.
or the historical committees. It's it doesn't hurt anything to have a meeting, really. I mean, if you don't want to do it in person, Zoom is cheap, right? I have a corporate Zoom account. I'll donate it to them for a day. I don't care, But it's not hard to get people together.
And the
want
committee
that.
wants to have the meeting, and Ray and Jim pushed for it, which I thought was great. And so we'll see what happens. But I don't think they're getting 15 or 20 minutes. I mean, you live on the beach. Are you going to go for a tax increase so that you can get a bigger Bay Oaks?
Right. Yeah.
With that,
I don't think that's going to happen.
A small percentage of the community uses at this point. Now, I know some of the thinking is that if you get a bigger Bay Oaks, maybe more people will use it. But they don't promote Bay Oaks, to be honest with you. I mean, who the hell knows it's there?
I was here almost a year before I knew it was here, and that was just something that the residents could use.
Well,
I
I
was
think
like,
that-
holy mackerel, look at that.
And that's why they want better frontage on Estero
Definitely need
Yeah,
more signage and
and a better facility. The workout facility, from what I hear, is
Well,
Needs a
any workout
redo.
facility that's not, top notch, I'm sure he could critique it,
So
6 days
Steve
and
has a
Sundays.
question maybe for you, Greg. I don't know
think
the
these
answer to
boats
that.
have gone.
How much leverage power do the hotels, condos, et cetera, have, the homeowners on the island? I think the business owners have some say.
I do. I think that,
Tell her I was joking.
the council's made up of residents, right? So I think obviously residents have a large say about what happens. What he's asking, how much do condo owners have versus residents?
Oh, I see.
I think like anything, squeaky wheel gets the grease,
Yeah.
right? If you're a condo owner, but you pay taxes here in Fort Myers Beach, if you're going to be opinionated and involved, be opinionated, just to be involved with the process, they're going to they will listen. I mean, I've written every council member, most of them write back,
Yeah.
even though sometimes I'm not nice, don't mean to be, but just the way it is. But they do, to their credit, they do take the input, right? If you take the time to be involved with the process, I think that they're happy to involve you in the process. So, but
Right, and get
just
to
have
know the
be-
council members, because you're right. The more that you get to know them, the more that you send them your information or your ideas, you never know which one's going to click with them, and they want to hear your feedback.
Well, how do you do a job like that if you don't get feedback? Right? It's just
Right.
it's just not possible.
So
There we
what are we doing here?
Either they all sunk,
I don't know.
or
Are we gonna? Wait. I don't know. How long do you want to wait? We've held on to half the audience. We lost half the audience.
I know.
Did
I'm
we
surprised.
lose half?
We
We
lost.
did.
Shocked how many people are still on.
Thank
I
you
know.
for everybody
Thank
that's
Thank
you
you
still
so
on.
much.
And
They probably have it on in the background, and they're actually watching TV or something, just to make sure that we don't feel like we're useless here down on Fort Myers Beach. But I'm sure most people are doing other fun things in their lives than listening
again,
and watching an
maybe
empty
they could be
bay.
locked in their house, right? You
That's
never know.
right. We had some of our highest numbers when people were locked in their house. So another lockdown wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to me. I'm kidding. Where are the cookies? They bring some cookies around.
She
I'd
had
like to
a
have
big
another
plate
cookie.
of cookies going
Cookies.
around.
Oh,
here.
we're gonna
You
have
want me to
food
try
at
and get you?
our party when we go to
Yeah,
the party.
Marie's going to be having food at her party.
Turns 50, but
I
didn't
see a
say
little
that out
dinghy
loud.
boat coming. I know. I'm a little bit concerned. It's.
It wasn't. Is it really that far down to the pink shell?
No, it's not that far at all, actually.
I'm wondering if I think they went up into the canal and
Well, there
then back out.
two canals in your description that they said they were going to go up into.
I wonder if
and
there's
I don't
any.
know. I would love if somebody who's been here before would say if this is a typical hiatus while they're going around.
All right. Well, we'll stick it out here. I mean, the parade's supposed to go from 6 to 8, and what the hell else are we gonna do?
I got drinks. We have drinks coming, so
And this is the longest I've been up without a nap in a very long time. We had a great show today with Debbie came on and Jacob from some Everglades place. I forgot. where it
Everglades
was.
Wonder
Gardens.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember all
We
those
talked
places.
about snakes and lizards and
And
gators and how you
pelicans.
didn't know the difference between a
Oh, I
crocodile.
did.
my son
and
caught a
gator.
snake today in the backyard.
Is that right?
I
He's
caught it. and
very
he was holding-
excited about
He wanted me
that.
to tell you so bad, so I got it said. I will tell Ed that you caught a snake.
Well, what
Uh,
happened?
He played with it for a while. A little baby black racer, he played
You
with
caught
it
it.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's they're
So we were talking on the show. Maybe you heard
Huh?
about the snakes and the pythons.
the pythons.
And have you ever hunted a python before?
No, but I had a pet python as a kid.
Is that right?
I did.
Did you
yes.
let it go?
No, no, I
what-
sold it.
You sold a python. Who do you
Snakes-
sell a python
Pet
to?
store. Sold it to the pet store.
Gotcha. Why did you have a python as a pet?
Because I thought they were cool, right?
Did you? Were you allowed to take it to school or
I didn't take it to school.
no?
I scared
Yeah.
girls with it. I was young, so it was
Okay.
fun. But it's a
So-
boring pet. They
Yeah.
don't do shit.
So,
Thank
was
you.
it like one of your what do you call those things on the plane there? Was that like one of your what do they call those animals that you take on the plane? Were you ever allowed to
An
do
emotional
that?
support animal?
Emotional
Yeah, I don't
support
need any
animal?
emotional support
No, you
animals or
Gotcha.
fluffy things. Or
Didn't they
anything like
make some rule just the other
that.
day?
Well, they're
about-
talking about that, right? So,
So
they're
you're not
talking
allowed-
about not
You're not allowed
not
to bring your
allowing
birds and
emotional support animals,
yeah.
right?
Are you allowed to bring so the dogs got
Service
kicked out?
dogs, or I think service dogs they have to still allow. But
Oh.
again, you're not bringing your pig, you're not
Yeah.
bringing your bird, your ferret.
It kind of got out of control there with all the different things you were
Just like
bringing.
anything, give
Yeah.
them an inch, you take a mile. But
Right. So how long have you guys lived here on the beach, Greg?
3 years.
3 years.
yeah.
And you're from where?
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah, south,
Now-
south, about, like almost south side of Chicago area.
And how long did it? What was I going to ask you?
I have no idea. I've been in Florida for 13 years, though.
13
South Florida
years.
for 13 years.
And you live on what road?
I'm not going to say that on the air.
How
but
much did you buy your house for?
It's around 400 something.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you must have like a mansion.
No, I have a small house on the beach. It's not,
Okay.
living on a beach is not cheap, right? But
But
it's a lot. It's for us living here with young kids, it's awesome. I'm on electronics all the time. I don't want my son playing electronics. I want him to go outside and play.
Yeah.
So a better place to go outside and play than on the beach, right?
You're right on the beach.
Not right on the beach, off the beach.
You have a dune walk over to get to the beach.
I don't know, but I will.
I know somebody that could build one for you.
I know someone who could want to try to get one. It's the water thing's concerning to me. The red tide's starting to happen again.
Really?
Well, they're monitoring it, so I watched that, and unfortunately, they are detecting red tide. I don't smell any, but
I know. I haven't smelled it yet.
hopefully, fingers crossed that the weather stays cool.
I didn't tell you this before the show, but you're not allowed to say those two words on our show, red
Well, I'm
tide.
sorry,
It's just it's a scary thing to say to people.
Here comes the
COVID.
tiki boat.
The tiki boats are
Tiki
still out there.
boat!
Why are you yelling like that?
So they
Stop
can
it.
hear her.
They can't hear you out there. How
I'm
dare
pretty
you?
sure they heard that.
Wow. All right. So Kathy says it takes a while for the boats to turn around. So we're going to take Kathy's word for it. We're going to stick it out here for a little while and assume they're going to.
Kathy seems to be an
I
authority
know.
on this. We
Kathy
should have
needs
brought her
to
in on
be a
Zoom or
co-host.
something.
Kathy, are you in town here? I think Kathy's in town. She should have been.
Should have brought her in on Zoom.
Kathy, we can send you the link so you can come in. She's getting a little crazy, my wife. There, she's getting
if she
close
falls
to the
in-
water. She doesn't know how to swim. She's a very bad swimmer. She'll drop like a rock right to the bottom.
Yeah, and it's
Look, she's going to try and go around that pole because she thinks she's going to knock the computer. Why?
I got
why-
$100
what are you
that
doing?
you make-
No, what are you doing? You're getting
Uh-oh.
crazy here with the camera.
The camera's going in the
in
water.
the water. Okay, that helped a lot, right? That got it really close because she thinks now she's zooming the camera in for some
The
reason.
problem is all the motion, right?
Oh boy. All righty, I need to
That's
sit
very
down
true.
'cause,
They
she's-
do have to come back by one way or the other.
They can't. That's right. They can't dock anywhere out there or
Well,
crash.
unless
or-
they're,
Don't touch the computer. Okay. I know what I need to do. Oh,
I
she's
think Kim's
getting
going
a
to get the
little
wave
loopy.
going.
And we are operating on battery power out here. So we've got phone, internet. We've got we are
Battery
totally
pack power.
like we're totally self-contained here. We
We
have
should
no
be doing
help.
this from like the British Virgin Islands
I know.
or the Bahamas or something.
Do they have Wi-Fi in the Bahamas?
Well, places I've been to do so.
yeah. She's not helping out with the show at all.
Well,
She's just walking around entertaining
I
the
think
crowd.
she's getting bored with it, right? You know,
This is called killing time. It's like you
This
can't
is
even go to a commercial break or anything.
this is almost like Rogan-esque, right? I mean, this is the 3-hour.
I can't believe he's made it without going to the bathroom. That is something.
Yeah, Ed has not gone up to go to the bathroom yet. This has got to
That
be a
is-
record.
I
I don't know
It's
if you
gotta be a
guys
record.
Or
noticed.
he's in kidney failure. Something is up.
I don't know if you noticed. I went the whole show today too without getting up
I did notice that.
and not going to the bathroom. So
Well, I
I've been working on it. Little less water.
I think the Sage noticed it and sent me a message.
Yeah. He's Steve is where is he? Up in St. Louis
He's
somewhere?
in somewhere cold.
Yeah, cold. So we're waiting for the flip side of the boats to come by, and hopefully we'll be
Wow,
able
that
to catch the
tiki
numbers.
boat is cruising.
They've been coming back. They've been firing them out tonight, which is great.
Well, how long have they run till? Do you know how long?
I
how
have
late
no
they run?
idea. That's a great question. I don't know. But it's nice to see
That
that
one's
they've been
super
full.
decorated,
I mean,
too.
they've been just coming by nonstop. So
These people have had many cocktails because they look like
They
they're
are-
having fun.
You know, somebody
yes,
was
it is,
telling us
Laura Lee. Yes, it
that-
is.
that the group that's most
All
gregarious
right, Kathy, you don't have
is
to come
50
on.
plus year old women. They like it
Yeah, they're
crazy.
getting-
They are rocking it out on there.
Wow, what's good? It's like some kind of dancing show going on there. Those people are drunk. That's
They
all.
are having a good time.
They are totally hammered. The guy's wearing is he wearing a headband?
He's got a mask, so he's happy.
Oh, they have a mask
Yeah, the
on.
mask on.
All right, these guys are goofy. They're getting way goofy. This is the kind of stuff that you don't want your bosses seeing, folks. You definitely don't want your picture taken.
So now he's gonna roll them around 3 times,
Right,
and then
they're
they're all
gonna
gonna
get
puke.
sick. Now here she goes again with the camera. Oh, the kids are dancing now. That's better. Let the kids dance. The adults really shouldn't be doing that because that's going to be on the YouTube and the Instagram real soon,
You know,
and they're going to wake up tomorrow and they're going to say, "Uh-oh,
what did I do?
What in the world was I
Call from the
drinking?
boss. The whole 9 yards.
I didn't know that was Jack Daniels." So much miss seeing the parade. Mary Lynn says we are in the cold. Mary Lynn, where are you in the cold? And the first time in many, many years. We miss you too,
Yes.
Mary Lynn. We
Wish
miss
you were here.
too. That's right. We wish you all were here because then we wouldn't have to broadcast this parade to you up wherever you are. No, we still do it. We're gonna do it bigger and better, as Joe Biden would say. We're gonna build it better next year.
Well, yeah, build back better. Oh
We're
boy,
gonna build back better
can't
next
wait
year.
for that.
100 days of masks coming up in January. 100 days. It's all
Yeah.
it's going to take
Yeah,
of
sure.
mask wearing because
15 days to slow the spread, right?
it's worked so well. Every plan's worked so well.
Like when Lynn was talking about the weatherman, I'm like, the weatherman and Fauci are the only 2 people who can be wrong
That's
90% of the time and still keep their jobs.
So you're going to get the vaccine?
Hell no.
Why not?
I don't inject anything into my body. I mean, I know you treat your body like a temple. I treat mine like a tent, the whole Jimmy Buffett thing.
Yeah.
But I'm still not injecting myself with any intravenous anything.
Mary Lynn's in Ontario, Canada. What's it like in
Oh,
Ontario
man.
Holy
besides
cow, I
cold?
bet
No,
it's
I don't
cold.
mean that. I mean like the lockdown stuff. What's going on in
Maybe
Canada?
you can tell us.
I know,
don't
like the Toronto basketball team had to play in the States or something. Oh, they played
Toronto
down
is-
here. They played down here. They practiced in Fort Myers and then they went to the bubble in
Oh,
Orlando.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
Toronto Raptors.
I was just, the football things. I'm a Steelers fan. My Steelers are,
They're
11-0.
crazy. Yeah, they're doing crazy.
But they had the whole thing. They pushed the game back, game back. All this
it's like a
stuff.
fake season.
Yeah,
Although they're what are they 12-0?
11-0.
Yeah, I'm a Jets fan. We're doing just as well.
Yeah.
You're not a
Yeah.
Jets fan. You're
I'm
a Giants,
Giants
fan.
But
Giants.
the Jets are 0-11.
11.
Yeah, they're going to get Trevor Lawrence. So they'll ruin another quarterback. They've
I'm a
ruined Sam
Seahawks
Darnold.
fan.
Why? Because of the uniforms?
I do. I love those uniforms.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's how my wife became. My wife was a Steelers fan. And I didn't like a whole lot of football until I met my wife, and she was big. She loved football, and I'm like, okay, well, I can start watching the Steelers. And actually, I really like it. So,
How long have you been
I just had my
fair-weather
10-year
Steelers
anniversary
fan.
with
Ah.
my wife. So,
Oh, you're
But-
married 10 years.
been married 10 years.
Is
Yeah,
this your-
last Friday. Yeah.
Is this your
Wow.
first wife?
No.
What, third, fourth? How many
No, that's
freaking
my
wives
second-
have you
that's my
had?
second wife,
Jeez, you
yes.
made it sound like
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
ripping them off there.
No, but
Dear?
that's fine. It's fine.
What led to the first divorce?
I'm an asshole. I mean, you haven't heard this.
So how many years you got left with this one then?
Oh, this one it'll be forever. We're good for each other.
No, so really, what? At what
I
point?
got married very young, so I mean, I got married in his early 20s, and you grow up different, right? So and
Yeah,
she was
people
married.
change.
She was married before too. This is both our second marriage
So
and-
your second wedding was probably small somewhere
on the beach.
So-
I got
so-
married at Wiggins Pass.
Oh,
Yeah, on
I
the
don't know
beach.
where that is.
You need to get out. It's
No
south of here,
kidding.
right?
Is that here in Fort Myers?
Delano Wiggins State Park. It's the
Okay.
place that she has her pass.
No idea
She
where
can
that
take
is.
you.
That's right. I can take
She's
you
10
there for
minutes
free.
from Niagara Falls, and the temperature right now is 0 degrees. Or should I say
remember when you
32
took Jillian
degrees?
to Niagara Falls?
Yes, that's
That was
an awesome
back
place.
before. So he took our daughter to Niagara Falls, and I wasn't there. And
Here comes fake news. Fake news.
No. I mean, it was a long time ago, but you could go. They had no ID, so they called me on the phone to make sure
No memory of this.
that it was
'Cause that's gonna
okay
work.
for him to take her across the
The border.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, but how do they know? He gives her the
So I have
number.
if we decided to go to Aruba, would we need a passport?
Yes.
Okay.
But I want to go to Bora Bora. That is where I want to go.
Is that by Aruba? Is
My
that anywhere near
geography skills
Aruba?
are not good.
Nah.
I mean, I can, Bahamas. I'm in. The Keys. I'm good.
You'd go to the Bahamas
Oh,
then?
I love the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the craziest place you've ever been, like on vacation?
Cambodia.
No, I don't go many crazy places, but Costa Rica. I've been to Dominican Republic, which was kind of crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't go on. It wasn't vacation. I was on business, but I went with Dominicans, and it was.
Yeah.
A crazy
I was in
time.
Lehigh once, and it
Lehigh's
was
kind of crazy.
terrible. Yeah, I
Um,
never thought I was going to get back, but I made it back. it was a
Well, folks,
struggle.
we
of
can see
scratching
the
and-
boats in the distance, but I think it's going to be
Oh.
a bit.
Old Forge, New York, 32 degrees. That's where Linda is.
Where?
Old,
Old
Forge. Where's Old Forge?
Wow.
Is that by Lake George? Old Forge, New York.
It is up there.
You don't have any idea. You're trying to weasel
No,
out of
no,
that.
no,
Where's
no.
Old Forge, New York? Does
Again, I told
anybody
you, my
know?
geography skills
Yeah.
are not good.
What's that by, Linda? Old Forge. It sounds like a
No,
war place. Like we won the war there or something.
Or
Like
could-
the
or it could
Alamo
be a
or something.
steel thing,
The
right?
Alamo-
Old Forge.
I know the Alamo's in Boston.
The Alamo's in
is
Naples.
where?
Naples. Is it
There's
in Naples?
The Naples. It's called the Alamo. It's a gun shop.
Really?
It looks like the Alamo. Yeah, it's a great place.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many guns do you own?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have
How
one
many
on you
guns do
now?
you
I used
own?
to
You
when I was
packing the heat now?
No, because I'm at a bar and it's not legal to do that.
Okay.
But I used to shoot competitively when I was younger.
North of Utica, she says, by the way.
I
She
went to school in Utica.
That is like one of the coldest places on the planet, like Syracuse, New York, where she went.
Syracuse was
Holy
brutal.
Christ. I can remember
Brutal.
I can remember being up there for I don't know, we were there for how long? It was like hell on earth, man. The snow and I don't mean the
That is-
people.
Yeah,
the
the
weather-
people are great.
The weather was just like torture in Syracuse. It just and then once
The
I was
ice
in Buffalo,
fishing is great.
Buffalo was even worse.
Any weather north of Tampa is brutal. I'm sorry.
When you get to the point where it's 0 and then they start talking about numbers below 0, it's like, I mean, come on, does it
I
really
remember
even
the
make
worst.
any sense now
the
or
worst
matter?
it was 22 below, and the clutch in my car. I could not get the clutch to engage in my vehicle.
yeah, but most people don't even know what a clutch is anymore.
Do they make cars with a
Oh
clutch
yeah,
anymore?
I just right before my son was born, we had a Camaro that was stick.
Linda's mocking me now.
I
I
would
don't get out
love
much.
to drive a
That's
stick
true.
shift. He didn't know how to drive a stick shift, and then he bought a truck that was a stick shift, and I'm like, how is this gonna work?
Figure it out. Not that hard.
One time, we're really reaching the bottom of the barrel of stories now. But one time I was coming back from, I don't know where I was coming back from, but I had a piece of shit car. And it really was starting to not work much. And it was in Binghamton somewhere. I was riding on I-81, and the car just broke down. So what I decided to do was I just got out of the car and I put it in neutral and I pushed it into the woods and I left it there. And then I called one of my friends back in Oneon. I called Doug Decker to come and get me. And he picked me up in Binghamton, and I scraped the number of the whatever the hell number is, so
The
the
VIN
cops,
number?
Yeah.
so nobody could call me. I scraped that off. I took the plates and I just pushed it into the woods. I just had enough of it.
Like the boats out here that are derelict.
Yeah,
in the
the
in
mooring
bay,
field
right?
there. So
Set them out there.
has
just let 'em
anyone ever?
sink.
Would you ever do anything like that
What, push
with
a car into the
Yeah,
woods? No.
yeah.
I just I have Catholic guilt. And I was brought up Byzantine Catholic, so I have guilt about everything.
Oh,
even
so
though,
it's like a litter thing. That's all that would matter to you would be the litter part of
I
it.
just think my mom is going to slap the shit out of me if I did something like that. So
The
I just
problem is
don't
he
do it.
doesn't take care of vehicles. He leaves
Well, I
that
don't
all
either.
to me.
You know,
Like, when was the last time you got an oil change? I don't know. Last year. I'm like, really?
You
Maybe
really
you ought to get an
no,
oil
I
change.
take care of my
This
car.
is why the show is never going to work, dear, because you exaggerate the stories to the point where people
No,
don't believe
No,
you.
that is
You
very
tell
true.
fibs. You make me out to be somebody that's not smart, and it's just the
I'm
show
not
is
saying
not
you're
going to
not
work
smart,
that way if
But
you
you're
keep
not
doing it.
handy, and
That's
you don't
true.
have automotive skills. But
Thanks for the sticking up for
He's
the.
not a
Thanks for
mechanic
the guy
type
club.
he's
guy.
not a
That's fine.
mechanic.
Where's the guy club thing
He's
here?
not
That's
Well,
a
I don't
helping
know.
me
I
at
don't know
all.
anything about your mechanic skills. Now I can wrench, so I mean, I've taken apart many cars, and
I can take
And-
apart cars. I can take them
we
apart.
can't put them back together, right? That's the problem, right? I get what
Yeah.
you're getting at.
Listen, I can break things and jump over things. I think I used to be able to jump over things until I
You
fell off that
oh
wall.
my God.
That
So
little
he gets up
pipsqueak
in
tried
the
to help
middle
me.
of the night, and it sounds like
Oh,
he's
you're going to
just
tell a story from
shuffling.
last night, right?
Yes, you're shuffling with your feet. I'm like, pick your feet up. He's just shuffling through
Thank
the
you,
bedroom,
Laura.
shuffling,
Lee.
shuffling along.
You know, it's really sad. It's sad to me because I have to get up twice now. I go to bed at
Really?
like 8:00, and I have to get up between 8:00 and 3 or 4 in the morning to go to the men's room. And
This
that's
is
sad.
the Flomax thing that
It's very
remember
sad.
the Flomax?
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah.
that's what you need.
I
You
need
some
Flomax. and that first of all, that's
I don't know what that
depressing.
to be, but
That depresses me. And then
maybe
when
not
you,
drink so much water before you go to bed. Maybe lay off the rum a little bit for you.
I don't drink rum during. I don't
I know
drink
you
during
don't
the
drink
week
during the
ever,
week.
never. And so then I have to shuffle my way to the bathroom, and it's like, where are the old man slippers? Just get me the old man slippers so nobody can hear me shuffling off to the bathroom. And then she yells at me one night, "Wow, I've never heard somebody go to the bathroom that long." It's like, are you timing me when
That's
I'm in the
right.
bathroom
Well,
now?
she's
It's
waiting.
like,
She's like, I wanna go back to
just leave me
sleep.
alone.
It's ridiculous.
Can I have some private time? Just
No,
a little bit of private
You're-
time.
How long have you been married, Ed?
26 years.
26 years, right? So you should know by now that it's not your house.
She's,
And-
she gets the clock out. She's got her iPhone in her hand.
It's like a race. Like, come on, let's go, let's go.
And I'm
He's
like,
in there
and no,
20
now I'm getting
minutes.
nervous, right? I'm in the bathroom and I'm going, come on. I know she's timing me.
That's right.
She's listening to
Then
how
you get
long
sta-
it's
you get-
going
you
on
get,
here.
You get the stage fright, and then it just takes longer.
Oh. All right. So the people apparently who are watching the empty bay can see something that we can't see. They can sense that something is about to happen. And maybe if you two jabronis pay attention to the paperwork, you'll know what boat number we're on. It is getting chillier. I might have to get a sweatshirt
I
on.
told you. I knew
It's
it was
about
going to get cold.
65 now.
Yeah, but 65, Nitty, it's
65.
warmer than that. but
Ooh, it's getting cold out here.
the humidity and the cold makes it very cold. I know, and there's the people who are listening up in Canada,
That's right.
and Minnesota are cussing us out
Minnesota.
and flipping us off right
It's 0 degrees in Minnesota today.
You should jump in the
No.
water right now.
I wouldn't do that.
now. It would probably feel warm, right? 'Cause it's
It
gonna
might
be
feel
warmer.
warm.
Well, it's warmer than the air, so
I
it's
just
going
don't
to
want
feel warm
any
until you get
manatees
out.
to get hurt.
I cannot believe there's still people paying attention. They're probably turned the sound down and just watching the water.
You
That's
know.
what I'm guessing they're doing.
I think
That's what I
that-
would be doing,
I think
turning the
people have
sound down.
forgotten to just shut. They've just walked away from
Uh,
their computer.
I think I've told every story
That you
tonight
have, like
that
I
I've
did.
told on our show over the last 2 years.
No, we
Like,
have so many stories. We will never run out of stories. So one time we were moving, and this guy,
wait, which move?
Mr. One of the first moves.
Oh, okay.
This handy guy puts our grill in the
Barbecue.
back of his truck. Our barbecue
we had a
grill.
Nissan.
Yeah.
I put some of the bungee cords around it.
No, not really. So we get driving down I-88 New York, which thankfully is not well traveled. And I said, "Hey, did you make sure that the top
Right.
was secured down?" As it flew off, it broke. And this huge heavy metal
Weapon.
grill comes rolling down the hill. Glass is going everywhere. Thank God there was no people on the side of the road.
I'm so glad you told that story because I've always wondered what kind of person that will go down the road and why is there this? I see a saw on the road,
Right.
or a grill on the road. I'm like, what kind of person? Now I get it. I
This
understand.
kind of person.
See, we have moving down pat. In the last 7 years, I've lived in 8 houses.
Wow.
We moved
we moved
12
a lot.
times.
Well,
12
that
times
wasn't the
in
first-
the first year.
That wasn't the first time that stuff has flown out of a moving
Nope.
vehicle in our family. Even before I met the wife, we moved a lot when we were growing up on the island, on Long Island. And one time we were moving, and my dad would, he had all of our games. Like, we had lots of games growing up. Like, because every time Santa came, we got some new games. Because back in the day, board games.
We
Were the
buy
thing.
board games still to this day.
And he strapped them in about as good as I strapped in the barbecue. And then all of a sudden I see my Monopoly money flying, and sorry pegs that are flying on the highway, and Yahtzee and all the games, and he just kept driving.
Yeah,
And
well,
it was
you're not gonna
something
stop to pick that shit up.
that's something you're never going to forget as a kid, because there's all your Christmas presents flying out.
We'll get new
There's your
ones.
life going by in the rearview mirror. All
We
your
had
games.
someone steal our stuff on a move one time. All of our everything, every single thing we owned.
We did?
Yep.
Ours?
Yep. Stuck
Oh.
in Ocala.
No, we didn't,
North
dear.
of Ocala.
No, we didn't, dear.
Yes,
you
dear.
are so lying
Yes,
about that
That's
story.
exactly what
That
happened.
we're saving that story for the show, because you are telling a fib right now, because you had a role in that. It was an inside job, but we're not
Okay.
going to get into
Okay.
that, because we need to save that for the
You know.
morning show.
That was bad. That was a bad move.
Yeah, that on your part, but we don't want to make you look bad, because
So what was
that's
today's
my
show
role.
number? Today's show number
142.
142.
142 shows,
Wow.
2+ years. It's been crazy. We
That's
thank
awesome,
everybody
though.
on the beach. Yeah, it was a silly little idea with a tape recorder, sitting at table 23 at Peach Time Out with
And
old
look at
man
how
Gene.
far your little project
I know,
has
people-
come.
these-
Listen, this little this
This
was
little project.
It was, I started listening pre-COVID, so probably about a year and a half ago, and I found it just by accident on Facebook, and I'm like, oh hey, they're on the beach, and I like anything to do with islands and beaches
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, and you guys were good, and then as the COVID stuff happened, it got
We
more
were good.
interesting, right?
Yeah.
We're
So,
not good anymore.
no, your guys are still good. It's still a good thing. It's a great thing to listen to, especially for people who just kind of want to know what's happening on the island and the different things.
Oh,
that
here
are
we go. We
happening.
got boats. I didn't mean to interrupt you,
Oh,
and
no,
they
it's
are
fine.
closer. And they are closer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, folks. Go call your friends now. All you people that hung up on us and all that, the boats are going to be closer this time. So
Send out
clearly,
an alert.
this is the first boat, and this is
boat
the
number
chamber
one. This is
boat.
boat
Go ahead,
number-
Greg. Tell us about it.
You tell me that now.
It was
This
worth
is
the
the
wait,
all-water
everybody.
excursions boat, right?
Yep.
The family-owned and operated Jay and Trudy Steeman. Sorry about that. Owned and operated since 1993.
All right. That is the lead boat heading back to Salty Sam's. And okay, they are much closer. I don't know how much closer at home where you are, but they are closer than they were leaving. And the crowd is going wild here at Nervous Nellies. Everybody feels like it was worth the wait. They're all ordering drinks. It's going nuts. And this is boat number 2 here. We don't know if it's an actual boat number 2
Well,
or if it
let's
was
see
one
what
of the
We don't have boat number 2.
no
we
boat
go from
number
1
2.
to 4. So
We
this
don't
could be
know
boat
if
number
this
2.
could be somebody.
the
Oh, they
numbers
shut their
are not
lights
on the
off. They had a
side.
power failure. What
Uh-oh.
happened there? It's all gone. The lights have completely gone out on them. The generator is gone. See what happens when you don't power up.
That's not a cheap boat either. That boat should be able to have the power to do it.
What do you
so.
think that boat ran right there?
Oh, this is very fancy.
Yes.
Probably
Oh, you see,
close to 200K.
Now, see, we didn't see that on the
right.
way down.
The view
They've
is
got a
much
sign
better
on there,
now
yes.
coming back. Very nice. Now, do we have a number on this one?
No.
Can you see a number?
Oh,
I can't see a number on this one. No.
I'm going to shut my wife's mic off if she's going to keep yelling like that. That is a lovely decorated boat for a small little, tiny little boat there that, I don't know, that probably costs the same as my house.
That's a pontoon boat.
All
or
right.
a tri-toon.
Where's Charles? Is he still here with this little pontoon boat? All right, Linda, you are excellent for hanging out. Kathy, you were so right. You were so right about the boats. Very nice. This third one here he's not in the race. He's just snuck in there. You know, it's even though the cheaters that have come in here, they're so well
I don't really
separated.
think they're cheaters.
They
They're
separated.
pirates.
They separated perfectly. Somehow they know. This thing looks like a car. This one coming up here. This one looks like a car. All right. So you're getting a closer view, I think. I hope so. Next year, we're going to have to let people know that tune in early to have to stay till the halftime is over and
Yes.
and listen through all our stories, or just tune in an hour after it begins.
What you should
No,
do
we should
is
just bring-
schedule the show later
Now
in the
we
day.
know. and we
Right.
won't run
Bring
out
your
of power.
guests in.
We started with 4 bars. We're down to 2 bars. So
On
if
the
we
power?
go, yes, if we go off all of a sudden, it's because we ran out of power.
Well, that little thing's held up pretty well.
Yeah. One time we did a show at the Shark Bar. It's no longer there.
Oh yeah, I
And-
remember.
Well, we did the first show at Pete's, and then we did a second bar at the Shark Bar using the power box, and it ran out over there right at the end
Wow.
of the show. So it's about a 2-hour box. For those of you at home that care how much power I have in the power box, now you know it's 2 hours. It was about a $50 purchase, by the way. This guy is not lit up at all, and
It's that paddle boat that
Yep.
was out here earlier doing who knows what.
the crowd is
See,
getting.
that's your kind of excursion, Ed. You have to paddle, you have to pedal, right? That's one where you just
Is that like one of those beer things they have in
you drink and
Nashville
then
on
you-
the streets?
Yeah, you
I
pedal.
didn't know they had those here. What's that thing on the back there?
It's a paddle.
It's the paddle.
I can't
Like
see.
on the
It's like a paddle
I
wheel.
need some lights. Hey, Peggy, how are you?
Have you been on a boat on Mississippi, on the Mississippi
I've never
River?
been to Mississippi.
Do you
I've
know
never
how
been to
spell
Mississippi. MISSISIPPI.
Nope.
My son was
You
here. I
missed
said,
it.
I could have. He knows how to spell it. So
It's a song. They made a song out of it.
MISSISSIPPI.
That guy is in the
Now
danger
this
zone
is-
right there.
it's
He's
the
got-
dinghy guy again. He's
Yep.
back in the parade with no lights.
That's Roger in that boat there. He's just making sure
That
everyone's got a
boat
permit.
is going 40 miles
He's
an
making
hour,
sure everyone's got a
Charles.
permit. Oh, look at that. That looks like one of those things you'd see in the Disney ride. What's that Disney ride we go through? No, with
It's
the
all
little
around
singers.
The world.
All around the world. How does that song go?
If you're gonna
How's
sing
that
that
song go?
or Baby Shark, you're
I
just
don't know
gonna
the Baby
turn off
Shark
everybody.
song. Oh, that guy should have gone slower. It's got a little snowman on the back. What is it? How do you sing that song? You don't even know.
Ron
it.
Weber's watching from Wisconsin. Says he
Ron,
misses
how are
Fort
you?
Myers Beach.
We miss you too,
We
Ron.
miss you too.
Ooh, this is a nice one. I
If
don't
you were
think we
here, my
saw
wife would
this
give you
one
a hug.
before.
All right, so this looks like a new boat, right? This one.
That's a sailboat.
Do we remember this one from before?
No,
I don't remember this one from before.
I
They
don't
are
remember
closer
this
than they
one.
were. All
This
those
is a new
people
one.
that.
Oh, it's a catamaran.
Oh, of course it is, dear. Of
Sailing
course it is.
catamaran.
The crowd is going
Wow.
berserk for this
And
this
somebody's
lovely boat.
passing it. This is like a boat race.
No
here.
kidding. I didn't know that was
Now,
part
I
of.
don't- I don't
So this is
think I
number
would-
15. This little cat looks like a twin V, maybe.
We're at number 15 already.
I
Wow.
wouldn't be
That's
happy
boat number
though, with
15.
that. Like I think that's too close to my big
That's
catamaran.
The 15
boat.
is the FGCU boat. So this boat number 15 going by. Yep, FGCU.
And I want to make
Those
sure.
yahoos
The
are-
captain
they're
is-
close.
Adam Catasus. I can't even pronounce that. Yep.
Shall I hold that out in space for you?
Well, I have it out in space
The
because
crowd
yes, my
is
eyes
going
suck, but
crazy on the dock there. Very
31
nice.
foot twin V.
Oh, this place is going to explode. Everyone's getting out of control. Oh, here comes the snowman thing from before. Is that Frosty on the top there?
Snowman thing.
Yay, there's Frosty.
I'm so.
You were deprived for as Frosty the Snowman as a child, weren't you?
We made a snowman in Utah a couple of years ago. They got some really. They got the right amount of snow in Utah. So I want to make sure I mentioned all the sponsors' names from the chamber. All of these sponsors have helped the boat race happen tonight.
It's
and
not
it's-
a boat
It's-
race,
this
but
is
it's a
anything
boat
but a race. But
So Nervous Nellies.
Oh, I'm starting to get the little loopy. Nervous Nellies, Doc Ford's, Dixie Fish House. Is it a fish house or just
Dixie Fish Company.
Dixie Fish Company. All Water Excursions, which is a first boat that came through. Bonita Bill, Snug Harbor. Trudy Gallagher, Coldwell Banker. Trudy is awesome. Salty Sam's Marina. Gavin's Ace Hardware. Shuckers at the Gulf Shore. Pete's Timeout. Mangaritas, Sunset Beach and Grill, and the Salty Crab. All
When was the last time you were at a hardware store?
I went to the Goods.
Dude,
What?
That's the place.
the goods
Yeah.
has saved my ass.
Yeah.
On more than occasions I
One
can count
occasion?
on my hands. Like they have everything you could ever think of.
Yeah.
You have a 1/4 inch notch trowel? Yeah, sure, I got one of those. You got a 1/2 inch, CPVC? Sure, I got one of those.
Yeah. Try going to a Lowe's
Whoa,
and getting
guy
that.
is going way
That's
too fast.
this is out of
That's-
line right here. This is way out of line. This is a manatee zone, man.
Oh,
But look,
that's
he's
too
actually
much.
not throwing much of a wake at all.
No kidding. How does that happen?
That's different displacements in boats. Different types of boats throw different wakes, so he could chug along.
Tell that to the manatees, Greg. Tell that
Uh-oh.
to the manatees.
Well, the manatees should be sleeping or get the hell out of the way.
Next year, ask Lisa Wilbraham if you can get on the terabyte.
Oh, Diane, that's what I'm
can you
talking
get
about.
Diane, you need to DM
Yes.
us.
Yes, that's
That's-
where we need to be. 100% agree.
Diane, how do you know
Oh,
who that
boy.
is, Diane?
This looks like a
It's
bit
a
of
Boat number
small
11.
world. Thank you,
Oh, these guys
Laura
are
Lee.
coming in.
It's a small world after all. Don't
I knew
touch
you were
the
going to start
camera.
singing that, didn't you?
What are you doing? It's about time somebody came in. Dear, you're going to take everything in the water with you. She is getting crazy here. She's got 1 foot over the edge of the dock here. Why doesn't everybody do what these
I
folks
think
are
this
doing?
is probably Tony Nestor, right? With the skiff. He's a skiff guy.
I don't know. Dear, oh, Jeebers. Dear, you can't see anything. You can't see anything. You can't see anything. You can't see anything. Get back, get back, get back, get back. You can't see anything. You're making me nervous. You're screwing it up on the people. They waited this long. You're screwing everything up. Put the camera back where it was, dear. You can't. Dear.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
That was my son. Sorry.
Get back, get back. Don't touch the camera anymore. You're losing this job. All right, get back. Stop picking the camera up. It did not help. What you did not help. Who was that? Which boat was that?
I don't know. I think I know what boat that is. That's way out there. That's the large Sea Ray. That's Ken Dimes' boat. I couldn't see the number. They should have numbers. They should be required to.
They do have numbers,
Not
but they're
all of
probably
them have
too
their own
small.
29, 26.
Yeah, you tell me.
Is this this one have this
I think
got
it's
reindeer on the
26.
front?
That's the. Jeez, my eyes are horrible.
These look great. These are the two that we saw coming by the first time that we loved. With the big ball. This has to be the town of Fort Myers Beach with the ball
This
on
is the town of Fort Myers Beach.
it. They probably both are then.
I
because
thought
they
I
had
read
two
that it was
here.
going to be on the bow of the boat, but that is actually on the stern of the boat. So, but that is the ball they're going to drop from Times Square.
I have to give the town of Fort Myers
It
Beach
looks
credit.
Like one of
The
those
boat looks
Chinese
great.
Lanterns.
The
The
boat
boat
looks
looks really
and if those
good.
are their
Oh my
two
gosh,
boats,
these
they look
people are
awesome.
having a great
Now
time.
clearly that's
Yeah,
rain. That's Rudolph.
That's the town of Fort Myers Beach. That's awesome.
That's two Fort Myers Beach boats that were awesome in a row there. Great job
yeah,
by
did a
the
great job. Great job.
folks in the beach.
And there's Santa. So you can see Santa up on the boat out there.
They are
Yep,
cruising
very nice.
right
Well,
now.
it's great to be able to see them this close because now you can really see what's going on the
It's
boats.
Santa.
I don't know why they made them go out on the other
They've
side.
got
It's because
minions
it's a
on that
lane.
boat.
Must be the lane. They have to go
I
out
love
that
the
lane.
minions. The Minion Santa.
Very nice.
I think they're doing the
this is-
Macarena or something.
So next year we just start halfway through.
What is that?
The Macarena, it's a
No,
dance.
that. With the
Boat.
okay,
It's just
so
there's
it's
a reindeer on the
I told
front,
You it was
yes.
A sleigh. You,
And yes,
yes.
it,
We
it
thought
takes.
was the
You have to
FTV
have a little bit of
Flores, but
artistic,
yes.
imagination.
Impressionistic,
I'm not sure
yes.
Ed's drawing abilities are,
And this boat
maybe like his
is
mechanical
it's
abilities. I don't know.
is that Cito or what is that?
That's a pirate.
This guy's just trying to get out there.
Oh,
Well,
this
look at
one
these
is
lights.
cool.
That's pretty
We
cool.
saw those earlier.
I didn't see him. Was too far away. That is cool. It doesn't even look like a boat coming through. You know?
How long do you think it takes them to do that?
Oh, I don't know. What are they doing?
To strap all the lights on the boat, strap all the lights, get them
I
powered
don't
up.
know. Probably 10 minutes, 20
No,
minutes.
I think it's more. I used to put lights around the bow of my boat, and it was like an hour
Wow,
worth
that
of work.
I have to say that is. It's hard to even tell that's a boat. That looks so cool. Don't you think?
They did a great job.
Yeah.
It's
Is that a pontoon boat? Because I wouldn't
No,
vote
that's
for a
just a little
pontoon
skiff.
boat. All right.
little bay boat. Probably, I think
These-
it looks like it's a Key West bay boat. To be honest with
Look
you,
at this one flying right in here.
Santa's got places to be.
What number are we at? It's starting to get dark back there.
27.
Who knows?
I think we have come to the end of the parade.
No, you got one more
One more?
at least.
I haven't seen the dumpster fire. I think he must have
Oh.
peeled off. That's what I was waiting for because that's my vote. The Quagmire.
Oh, they're coming out of the darkness there.
That has
is
got a
a
very
that I'm
long
guessing
trunk
that would
on
be
it.
fast if it was flying. What's the pedal to the metal going to bring that one to, Greg? How fast is that going?
Probably 25, 30 knots tops.
What does that translate to miles per hour on the
35,
Oh, that's slow.
37
That's not very
miles an
fast.
hour.
Look at this guy. What's this guy doing as a
getting
tugboat?
like, half a mile to the gallon, mile to
Ah.
the gallon.
Do you have a boat?
I've had several boats. I'm boatless at the moment. I just sold my last boat.
Do you
a few
prefer
months
to
ago.
be with a boat or
I
boatless?
prefer to be with a boat.
Yeah.
But I want the right boat. I'm gonna catamaran's my next boat. So,
Is that better than a Bayliner?
well, any boat's better than a Bayliner. Okay, like the little that little dinghy right there. Yeah, better than your
Do
Bayliner.
they still make Bayliners?
They do. Bayliners
Really?
still.
Do people still buy them?
Yes. Sorry to laugh, but yeah, they do.
Like if you don't know
But
anything
older-
about boats.
But the problem is, like, older Bayliners are just not safe boats. They weren't built well. They're
Yeah.
they were
No
glassed
kidding.
in well.
Is this the dumpster fire
No.
here coming?
This is the Peace Boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the Peace Boat can't have the dumpster fire.
What's
on
the
it.
number on the
number
Peace
12.
Boat? What are we,
That
12?
is
12.
I don't think they went out in order. Do you guys think they went out in
No.
order?
No, dear.
No, they did not go out in order. We just saw 26.
I
go
know,
by,
that's what I'm
right?
saying.
So this is 12.
Why didn't
it
they
can't
go
be
out in order? How are you
Because
going to
math
do?
is hard for people, Ed. Math
How are you
is
going to
hard.
do like a Macy's Day Parade broadcast if you're
Well,
not going out
This
in
does.
order?
I don't think this has the budget of Macy's Day Parade. just
No,
to be
I don't
brutally
think
honest
so.
about it.
Gotcha.
I mean, probably just a little under what the budget
Thank
is.
you, Sherry. Appreciate it. I
Oh,
know.
this one's all lit up.
Yeah.
Hi, JJ. Why aren't you working? You probably
She
have
probably
Jason
is.
working.
She is working. She's over there. I'm sure it's packed over there. What are we
So
looking
that's
at?
a great boat right there. That's
It
a
is?
World Cat. It's very high, very nice catamaran.
See,
Great-
next
great
year, if you do
seakeeping
this with
abilities.
us again, Greg, you got to know all the specifics of the boats. You got to
Well,
dig into the boats and
I know a lot of specifics, but I got to get a better list. We need a better researcher. Is what we need. We need an
You
intern.
mean me sending you that at 2 o'clock this morning wasn't
it's-
enough time for you to research the
You know, I
boats?
did my
What's
best.
wrong
but
with you, man? Come on.
I tried, but we need to get an intern. I
Oh,
think I
here
can
comes the
manage that.
pirate boat.
That must be the grand finale, right? Have we seen Santa yet? Have we seen the real Santa Claus yet?
We saw some skinny Santas.
Yeah, there was one Santa out there, but he was very fit.
Yeah.
Santa's been doing some crunches.
I don't think we want to see a fit Santa. Oh,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure the pirate ship was part of the parade either. To be honest,
no, I
with you.
think that the
don't
pirate
they-
ship's heading back
Pulling
home.
in the rear.
Yeah, he's pulling in the rear. Well, we're gonna call it a night, folks,
Yes,
because
thank you so much.
thank you so much for
joining us.
sticking it out, and
The
we
two people that are left, we
All right.
appreciate your attention.
apologize that we didn't know it was going to be that far away at the beginning, but you all stuck it with us. Well, next year we hope to be on that boat right
Yes.
across the street.
So we
there.
gotta
Yes.
talk to.
I'll save that. Don't
It's
worry
Yeah,
about
you
really
it.
not
save
a
that and
street.
figure out how we get on the
It's not a
terabyte.
street. All right. We'll be at La Ola's on Friday night.
Awesome.
Yeah. Friday night's going to be a fun night at La Ola's from 5 o'clock to whenever we're done. And then are you co-hosting again Friday night?
I don't know that, but
you
if
might be.
I
You
need
might
to,
be.
let me know.
And then
Um,
Saturday we'll be back at Pete's, and we will see you all somewhere along the way. And don't forget to register for our, thank you very much, Steve. Don't forget to register for our newsletter at beachtalkradio.news.com and say goodbye to the crowd, everybody. Thank you all for coming. Hello. All right. Well, they're all
You
eating.
got to do your bye-bye thing. That's
Bye,
trademark.
bye. That's right. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you next week.